time he realized. Actually not that Emma couldn't reach, but couldn't pull it up. Because the front part too tight. This how does it look? Pretty? Emma slowly turned around, facing Nathan, wanting him to look and help judge. Nathan just glanced once. Almost couldn't hold on. Too sexy beyond endurance. He saw prominent collarbones. Then snow-white skin below. No. Nathan continuously shook head, like a rattled drum shaking non-stop. Flatly denied without hesitation. Emma, slightly stunned, blinked eyes, looked down at swimsuit on herself. Muttered, "Not good? I thought you'd like it." Nathan raised head, stammered saying, "I like but don't wear outside. Too revealing. I don't want others to see." Emma looked straight into Nathan's eyes. Those eyes mixed with hesitation, some embarrassment, made his heart beat wildly. She lowered her head, couldn't see her own expression, but could clearly see those red ears. Right after, she softly said in very small voice, Then I'll only wear at home. Wear for you alone to see." Nathan's brain exploded with a boom. Mouth hanging open, dumbfounded, pupils also trembling slightly. For him, this was irresistible stimulation, continuously pounding his mind. Then buy this one. You go choose another one. Chapter 133. Why aren't you two sitting together? Finally everyone finished buying swimsuits. Could prepare to leave now. Now also around 6 p.m. People in mall starting to increase. "Nathan, how about we?" Emma gently pulled Nathan's sleeve. Whispered in his ear. Nathan, puzzled, glanced at Emma. Found her winking, signaling, meaning to turn around. When Nathan turned to look, saw the two behind, still in not very close state. Distance closer than when first arrived. Could also chat simply, but when talking still didn't dare look at each other directly. Only dared to respond, occasionally nodding. Even smiling, didn't dare smile naturally. Nathan really puzzled, eyebrows slightly furrowed. When Lucas once advised him, he understood emotional matters very well. So why when it's his turn? Like doesn't know anything like this. Knowing how to advise others doesn't mean can advise oneself. Moreover, their relationship also special. Probably each still has boundaries in heart, making distance between them still unable to narrow. Emma saw very clearly. Analysis also very accurate. Two, not that they don't know each other. Also not too shy. Result like this. Definitely because between them, still a thin membrane like window paper blocking in middle. Clearly both could easily pierce through. But no one dares. Like both. Waiting for other to make first move. Because both feel guilty toward the other. Cherry feels she once broke up with Lucas. So now no face to actively reconcile. Back then was because Lucas's grades were poor. Now ironically, his grades amazingly good. If now actively reconnecting. Then like back then broke up because didn't want to date someone with poor grades. Now they study well, want to come back. What logic is that? Though breaking up was forced. Not what she wanted. But would Lucas believe? As for Lucas, he also felt very guilty. Just looking at status updates could tell. Cherry never forgot him. Past 2 years always thinking of him. Even occasionally came to this school. Just to meet him once. What about himself? These 2 years devoted entirely to studying. Emotions also gradually let go. Even liked someone else. Though deep in heart, still kept a small corner for Cherry. But words like this spoken out. Would Cherry believe? Impossible. Nathan also felt headache, but didn't know what to do. So asked Emma, "So what do you think? How can they get closer?" "Probably tomorrow will be fine." Probably, but today still has chance. Emma turned looking at two behind asking, "Are you two in hurry to go home? Let's eat dinner out here. What do you think?" Lucas and Cherry raised heads looking at Emma. Slightly stunned. As if thinking. Then both looked at each other. After eye contact, quickly looked away. "I'm fine either way. I have nothing to do." Lucas first spoke, showing attitude. Also slightly shrugged. Acting like nothing at all. But actually in heart both expectant. And worried. "I'm also fine." When Cherry spoke. Then, the stone in Lucas's heart truly fell. Because he just told himself in heart. Today must find chance to talk normally with Cherry. If today's atmosphere still awkward, very likely tomorrow she won't go together. And even if going, won't be happy either. One side is couple stuck together like glue, while they, even being friends not clear. So he knew, today must close distance with Cherry. So tomorrow going out won't feel strange. Okay then, let's eat together. What do you two want to eat? I'm fine with anything, me too. Two extremely unanimous. After all, their real purpose wasn't just to eat a meal. So what to eat doesn't matter. Emma looked at Nathan beside, softly said, "You choose." Nathan pointed at himself, somewhat confused. Have to let him choose? He really didn't know what to choose so everyone would be satisfied. So he randomly pointed somewhere. Then let's go there. When everyone's eyes followed the pointing direction, seeing that place all stunned. Warm yellow lights blending with wooden signboard, plus wine glass symbol on it, made everyone recognize what this place was. This is a small bar. You drink alcohol? Lucas blinked several times, surprised looking at Nathan beside. Saw he was also flustered. Just pointed randomly. Didn't expect to hit this place. I normally don't drink. Just occasionally drink a bit with adults at home. Nathan shook head. He'd never drunk with peers. All drinking with family. Normally never drinks either. I also don't drink. Lucas shook head. He remembered last time he drank. Probably back in middle school. Even tried smoking back then. But just out of curiosity. One puff choked almost to death, so threw it away. In general middle school besides studying. Tried everything. But after breaking up, in high school didn't touch anything. Every day just focused on studying. Looking at the two remaining girls. Both also shook heads, indicating they don't drink. Then let's just go eat. Not drinking. Usually food at places like this pretty good too. And atmosphere comfortable. Nathan still walked forward. After all he chose it. Even if embarrassed had to go through with it. Emma looking at Nathan's stubborn back. Softly laughed. Then quickly followed. The other two had no objections either. One by one followed Nathan into that small bar. Just entering. Inside decorated in classical style. Looking quite tasteful. Not like other bars. Quite unique, didn't look too spacious. Very quiet, not too many customers. Nathan had never been to a place like this. Those words about good atmosphere were all made up. But after entering, he realized he wasn't wrong. Atmosphere really very nice. Lucky randomly picking right place. Everyone went to an empty table. Then sat down. Scanned QR code on table. To order by themselves. Nathan glanced through menu. Besides simple bar snacks. Had many quite rich dishes. Compared to a bar, this place more like a restaurant. Nathan raised head looking around. Saw Lucas and Cherry. One sitting east. One sitting south. If not for Emma sitting right beside him, he'd think they were about to play cards. Hey, why aren't you two sitting together? Chapter 134. Remember you did nothing wrong. Remember that. Asked about this issue. Lucas and Cherry looked at each other. Then embarrassedly lowered heads. Actually they wanted to, but who would actively sit together? Who dares? Emma also felt helpless. So used foot to lightly kick. Then winked at Nathan, signaling once. Nathan immediately understood. Turned looking at Lucas. Eyebrows furrowed. Hey, come sit here. He opened mouth. Said few deep words. Carrying momentum making people not dare refuse. Made Lucas jump. Stunned few seconds. Then quickly stood up. Sat down beside Cherry. His expression somewhat dazed. Clearly startled by Nathan's tone. Cherry sitting there became flustered. Looking also seemed bit tense. While Emma secretly laughed. Since talking nicely doesn't work. Then just be forceful. This way can make him act. Geez, you scared me. Lucas coming back to senses, slightly frowning. Somewhat dissatisfied looking at Nathan. Thinking. After all in front of Cherry. Can't you let me save some face? Can't I? Nathan had fulfilled role of stern person. The rest wasn't his concern anymore. Now was Emma's task. Since there's bad cop must have good cop. Emma slightly curved lips showing light smile. Looking at two asking. You two, have something want to say to each other? Both raised heads looking at Emma. Blinked several times, appearing somewhat flustered. Emma's question, like hitting their thoughts. At that moment, both wanted to speak clearly. The guilt in their hearts. Hoping for others' forgiveness. If not forgiven, then they wouldn't dare do anything more. Can't cross the wall in heart. Also can't take another step forward. This. Sherry moved lips. Don't know where to start. She felt should explain to Lucas. But afraid of speaking poorly. Backfiring instead. Emma pursed lips lightly. Glanced at Nathan. Nathan immediately understood. Nodded slightly. Then looked at Lucas. Said, "You speak first. I think you can't hold it anymore." Lucas's eyes full of disbelief. Pointed at himself, stammering. What's wrong with me?" Nathan said with serious face. "Yes, I can see it." Lucas hesitated a bit, then cleared throat once. He also didn't want to drag on. After all, already determined, must shorten distance with Cherry. He leaned toward Cherry, took a deep breath. Cherry didn't know what he would say, but still looked straight into his eyes, wanting to hear every word clearly. "Cherry first, I want to say sorry. I didn't expect you still always remembered me. I once thought after we broke up, there would be no possibility of returning." Cherry, hearing Lucas's words, shook head slightly, softly replied, "You don't need to apologize. You didn't do anything wrong. Let me finish first. I always thought between us no more possibility. Might not even see you again. So during that time, I didn't keep these feelings like you did, but liked someone else, even confessed to her." Though Cherry had mentally prepared beforehand. Each time coming here, she thought, Lucas might already have a girlfriend. Or at least liking someone else. But when hearing Lucas say it himself, she still couldn't help her heart trembling slightly. Then why didn't you get with her? Who is she? A classmate? Bang. Nathan suddenly slapped the table. Loudly said, "That's not important." Emma also hurriedly echoed, "Right, not important. Not important." Cherry was startled by their actions. Didn't understand why they reacted so strongly. Lucas also felt embarrassed. Thinking back then, he was really somewhat foolish. Maybe from studying too long. Also never dated. So was a bit impatient. "So I want to apologize to you. You've always waited for me, but I let you down." Lucas's somber words made Cherry silent for a long while before softly speaking. Gently said, "No, it's okay. Because we really did break up already. Moreover, I broke up with you first. So why should you care about my feelings? During that time, how many people you liked, how many times you loved are all normal things. No need to apologize." She really didn't blame Lucas at all. Even put all the blame on herself. Because if back then she had insisted on not breaking up, then there wouldn't be these later matters. Though that might have changed the future. The final result wouldn't be like now. But at least she wouldn't have let Lucas down. That would be enough. But Lucas was about to say something more, when Emma cut him off. "Stop, you don't need to say any more. You're trying to explain like this. Doesn't it already say everything? No need to explain anything more." Lucas and Cherry both looked toward Emma. Thought for a moment, felt her words made sense. Trying so hard to explain like this, just because didn't want Cherry to misunderstand. That already said everything. If really had forgotten everything cleanly, nothing left in heart, then why need to try explaining like this? Cherry now also realized. Smiled very lightly. If Lucas wanted to explain like this, then proved in his heart still had her. At that moment, Cherry's heart felt much lighter. Since Lucas had been so honest, then she could also safely speak her heart's torment. "Lucas, actually I also want to tell you that. Back then I understood clearly. You don't need to say any more." Lucas raised his hand, stopping Cherry from continuing. He knew very clearly what Cherry wanted to say. And to him, those things weren't significant at all. Really never cared. "I know you want to apologize for breaking up with me that day. But I understand that wasn't what you wanted. Besides back then we were too young. Listening to parents was still more important. And really that wasn't the age for dating. So you did nothing wrong. Remember that well. Chapter 135. Meeting someone you truly like can change a whole person. At this time, Cherry's cheeks flushed red, combined with her sparkling black eyes, made her look very delicate. She lowered her head, softly answered, "Yes." Nathan nodded satisfied, then said, "So that's done. Isn't the problem already solved? You just lacked communication." Actually, no one was wrong. Lucas looked at him, eyes somewhat helpless, said, "Thank you guys. But hey, you just keep threatening me. Scaring me, right? So what? But you can't deny I had a big effect. Always need someone to help you take the first step. Like someone once helped me take the first step." Nathan turned looking at Emma beside him. The two looked at each other smiling, eyes full of gentleness and warmth. "I admit that, but hey you. Back then you gently pushed me out. But now you straight up kicked me out. Ahahaha." Lucas's words made everyone laugh. Nathan also scratched his head embarrassedly. The way he treated Lucas was indeed a bit heavy-handed. Good thing Lucas reacted quickly. Otherwise others probably couldn't handle it. Throughout the four people's dinner, the atmosphere had become much lighter. Everyone relaxed, no longer tense like at first. But most of the time was Emma chatting with Cherry. The two talked more and more intimately. Gradually Cherry also relaxed more, could happily joke with Emma. The relationship between Lucas and Cherry also no longer tense like before. During eating, Lucas frequently picked food for Cherry. Each time made Cherry feel very embarrassed. After finishing dinner, outside sky had completely darkened. Everyone prepared to go home. Walking out of the restaurant, Nathan patted Lucas's shoulder once, said, "We're leaving first. You must ensure taking her home safely. See you tomorrow." After speaking gave him a light push, though not using much force, but still surprised Lucas somewhat. Okay, I know." Lucas rubbed his shoulder, said goodbye to Nathan and Emma, then separated. Lucas and Cherry stood by the road waiting for a car. At this hour no more buses, so Cherry could only call a taxi home. The distance between them had closed to just 1 arm's length. Both Lucas and Cherry were very happy. Felt like just resolved a big misunderstanding. Whole body felt light. Being able to speak clearly with each other today, I think is very good. Yes. Both chatted softly. In their words seemed no more distance. Could clearly feel the distance between them had shortened. When the taxi arrived, stopped right in front of them, Cherry felt slightly reluctant. She turned looking at Lucas, softly said, "Then." Before finishing the sentence, Lucas stepped forward, opening the back door, then sat inside. While Cherry was still stunned, Lucas looked at her, waved his hand, said, "Get in. I'll take you home." From the beginning he had decided to do this, because having said would take her home safely, then must go all the way. Can't allow any mistakes. Cherry both surprised and happy. She didn't expect Lucas would really take her home. She just thought casually. Already felt that was troubling Lucas enough. How would she dare? But though thinking like that in heart, Cherry still obediently got in the car, not saying a word. At this time joy had overwhelmed reason. Didn't know how to refuse anymore. Besides, she also understood, even if refusing, with Lucas's personality he would still follow through. "Thank you." After a while, Cherry softly said one sentence. Lucas turned looking at her. Inside car very dark. Couldn't see expressions clearly. Just saw her lowering head. "It's nothing, small matter." Lucas replied lightly, because this was what he voluntarily did, just to be beside Cherry a bit longer. Clearly this was a very good opportunity. Two could be alone together. He could say many things to Cherry, but at this time, felt saying anything wasn't appropriate. In his head had to think over and over, see if saying it was okay. Clearly before he wasn't like this. He even said, meeting someone you like just confess straightforwardly. Now why can't speak properly anymore? Moreover before never feared failure. Failed confession, then so what? But this time very worried. Worried about what if confession failed. This feeling he hadn't felt for very long. Seemed, only when beside Cherry had this feeling. This is liking, right? No doubt this is liking. But this liking, is it the same as the feeling of once liking Emma? Definitely not the same. Liking back then even wasn't afraid of failure. Not afraid of losing. Let go meant letting go immediately, without any reluctance, and only existed for a few short days. Completely different from the feeling now of liking Cherry. Made him become a completely different person. Turns out meeting someone you truly like can change your whole self. What did you say? Nothing, nothing. Lucas shook his head, just after thinking accidentally muttered. Cherry didn't hear clearly. She curiously looked at Lucas. Felt he was somewhat strange. Did she do something wrong? Or made him feel distanced? Made him uncomfortable? What was their relationship now anyway? Were they friends? If already clarified everything, then what was the result? Had they gotten back together? Cherry suddenly opened eyes wide, face showing surprise. At this time she just realized. She still hadn't thought about what relationship was between her and Lucas now. She was still behaving like before. But Lucas, after clarifying everything, his treatment of her had changed. Like picking food for her, personally taking her home. Aren't these things only boyfriends do? So that means, actually they're already back together, right? Just she hadn't realized yet. Cherry momentarily confused. After having this thought, she felt every small action of Lucas was confirming her guess. No wonder Lucas kept looking out the window, not knowing what he was thinking. Also occasionally sighing softly. Was it because she didn't realize they were back together? So created distance, making him troubled. Should test once. Chapter 136. Was my action just now too much? After having that guess, Cherry didn't dare ignore this issue anymore. If really had hurt Lucas, then couldn't be salvaged. She didn't want, because of her mistake, to miss again one more time. After deciding, Cherry glanced at Lucas, found he was still looking out the window. Distance between them about 20 or 30 centimeters. Cherry slowly moved closer, shortened this distance a lot. She didn't dare move completely close, because hadn't confirmed her guess. Was it really true? Didn't dare act rashly, just dared to test bit by bit. If the guess was right, then Lucas would definitely react. And if wrong, then he wouldn't notice anything. She moved a bit closer. Finally body touched Lucas. Lucas felt it, turned looking at Cherry, found she didn't know when had moved close. Moreover body slightly trembling, though trembling very small, and hard to notice. But Lucas still sensitively noticed. Cold? Lucas asked once, then rolled up the open car window, took off his jacket, put it on Cherry. Both wore uniforms, just Cherry's uniform seemed thinner. Lucas suspected she was cold, so leaned close. Cherry looked at the jacket on herself, heart beating wildly. Turns out she guessed right. Isn't this a boyfriend's action? If they weren't back together, weren't dating, then how could he treat her like this? Why care for a girl who isn't his girlfriend like this? So ultimately right now, they are dating. Then could she lean even closer? Thinking that, Cherry moved toward Lucas again. Almost stuck together. This simple action should be able to show her attitude. That cold? Lucas extremely surprised. Didn't expect Cherry was cold to the point of having to stick to him. Clearly temperature in car was fine. He didn't wear jacket and didn't feel cold. Outside just slightly breezy. Besides they didn't lower windows. Could she have fever so feeling cold? With that thought, Lucas planned to check Cherry's temperature. Touch forehead, see if fevering. But because she was sitting by car door, raising hand wasn't convenient, so he could only use the hand close to Cherry. Wrap around behind her head. Put hand on forehead to check. Not hot. Lucas slightly frowned. Expression somewhat puzzled. Forehead even cooler than his hand. Definitely not fever. But in Cherry's heart, this action of Lucas was no different from hugging her. Cherry softly moaned. Head slightly tilting toward Lucas, almost leaning on his shoulder. Lucas puzzled, not knowing what was happening. But seeing Cherry so cold, he didn't hesitate anymore. Tried wrapping arm to hold her, to make her warmer. Is my action crossing boundaries? Lucas secretly thought in his heart. Now they were no different from a couple hugging. Cherry still wearing his jacket. But he hadn't confessed yet. Weren't their relationship still just friends? Can friends do this much? Forget it, being too clear now. Wouldn't be good at all. He understood that very clearly. This moment both hoped time could stop. But only about 5 minutes later. The taxi had arrived. Lucas paid the fare. Both reluctantly got out. Because they knew. After getting out, the parting countdown was beginning. They would meet again tomorrow. But today they still didn't want to part too early. Both walked on the night road. Deliberately walking very slowly. Lucas looked at surroundings. Softly said, "You moved?" He still remembered when with Cherry before. Had taken her home. But not at this place. Cherry nodded. Answered softly, "Yes. To be convenient for high school, moved here. Closer to school." "Yeah, that's good. Otherwise going to school and coming home would be very tiring." Lucas nodded. His voice very soft, but in the quiet space rang very clearly. Cherry didn't reply, but her hand wasn't still. She remembered in middle school. She and Lucas had only held hands. Now they're back together. Then probably can hold hands again, right? First time holding hands. That feeling she still remembers until now. Can't forget. While probing, Cherry's hand touched Lucas's hand. But both just lightly touched, then pulled back immediately. Like being lightly shocked. "Ah, your hand's so cold." Lucas somewhat surprised. Then he didn't hesitate. Directly held Cherry's hand. Cherry really like. Being lightly shocked. Hand slightly trembling. Like being scared into trembling. But Lucas thought was from cold. He thought after all, now he's already holding Cherry's hand. She didn't pull back. Didn't object. Then maybe could take this chance. To confess. Lucas stammered, wanting to speak his thoughts. But right then, at the turn ahead, a flashlight suddenly shone over. "Little Cherry, is that you? Why coming home so late?" Mom. Cherry hearing that voice. Panicked, pulling hand back immediately. Lucas also jumped, whole body trembling, even stepped back once. That voice really was a shadow haunting his mind. He still remembered when Cherry's mother came looking. Said he would affect her daughter's studies. That uncomfortable feeling back then. Now hearing that voice again. Came flooding back exactly the same. The woman ahead holding flashlight. Surprised looking at Cherry. At this time she's still wearing Lucas's jacket. The flashlight shone straight at Lucas's face. He raised hand to block. Auntie, this situation like this being caught. Probably didn't need explaining anymore. Cherry's heart beating like drums. But eyes still extremely determined. Because this time, she absolutely wouldn't, because of family pressure, leave Lucas again. Cherry stepped forward once. Seriously said, "Mom, he's my boyfriend." Chapter 137. He's from that famous high school, right? Boyfriend? This time not just Cherry's mother stunned. Even Lucas beside. Also surprised, mouth hanging open. "I haven't confessed yet, also haven't confirmed relationship. How suddenly became Cherry's boyfriend? Could this be her confession?" Lucas reacted very quickly. Cherry already said so. Whether real or fake, he had to stand up and cooperate. Otherwise wouldn't that harm her? Lucas stepped forward once. Bowed politely. Pushed his glasses gently. Softly said, "Hello, Auntie. I'm Lucas. I'm Cherry's boyfriend." Cherry's mother hearing this name. Habitually frowned slightly, like stuck together in a knot. Seemed thinking about something very complicated. Lucas's throat moved slightly. Nervously swallowed. He knew Cherry's mother very likely. Still remembered him. After all, only past 2 years. And Cherry understood very clearly. Her mother. How deep impression with the name Lucas. Throughout this time, her arguments with mother. All revolved around one person. That was Lucas. So at this moment she felt very anxious. She didn't know her mother would do what action. But no matter what, she couldn't be weak like 2 years ago anymore. She had grown up. She had right to choose her feelings. Moreover, Lucas wasn't a bad person. Or some worthless type. Cherry's mother just stared intently at Lucas. That gaze made him not dare move. Also not dare say anything. Then she turned looking at Cherry. Face full of helplessness. That helpless feeling when daughter doesn't listen was expressed very clearly by her. Like seeing her daughter getting on some punk's weird motorcycle with yellow hair. That suffocating feeling. Come home with mom. Her mother didn't say anything more. Just called Cherry home. Before she had promised Cherry, as long as studies didn't fall behind, after growing up wouldn't control her anymore. Initially thought 2 years was enough for the child to forget. Didn't expect this child so deeply obsessed. Not only didn't forget, but after growing up, first thing was to find this boy. This made her feel all the persuasion effort past 2 years. All wasted. But after all, the child's studies hadn't fallen. Grades still maintained in top ranks. As a mother, she had difficulty saying more. Cherry's heart actually felt very happy. Her mother didn't get angry. Didn't say bad things about Lucas. Also didn't give any comments about this matter. Just simply called her home. That probably proved she wouldn't control matters between her and Lucas anymore. Right? Cherry turned looking toward Lucas. Softly said, "I'll go home first. Remember, be careful going back. See you tomorrow." "Yes, okay." Lucas nodded. Smiled lightly at her, though until now he still wasn't clear. Had they really confirmed their relationship? But as long as Cherry considered him boyfriend, then he himself would also treat Cherry as girlfriend. Then Cherry stepped forward, walked to her mother's side, preparing to go home with her. Her mother didn't immediately leave, but used flashlight shining at Lucas. Light shining straight made him have to cover eyes. Otherwise would be blinded. Auntie said, "Hey, young man. If you really like Cherry, then focus your energy studying well. At least must be at same level as her." Lucas slightly stunned, hearing Cherry's mother's words, somewhat surprised. He had also researched Cherry's grades. About in top 20 of grade. Wanting him at same level as her. Could it be making him drop more than 10 ranks? Mom, stop talking. Cherry embarrassedly pulled her mother's arm, hurriedly reminding her softly, "Don't continue talking." These words spoken really very embarrassing, because her grades now far behind Lucas. Cherry's mother shook off her hand, speaking louder and louder. "What, am I not right? Your grades difference so much. Person with poor grades wouldn't feel inferior? Wouldn't worry one day the other? Would run after someone who studies better?" These words clearly spoken for Lucas to hear, since couldn't stop them being together. Then she could only try warning Lucas, forcing him to improve grades. Cherry's face now bright red. From her perspective, mother's words sounded like implying herself. She indeed very inferior. Felt her grades and Lucas's gap too big. Also worried one day Lucas would choose someone who studied better, or at least not too far behind him. Lucas also felt somewhat awkward. But if telling Cherry the truth would be very embarrassing, he felt this wasn't something worth boasting about. So just nodded, agreeing, "Yes, Auntie is right. I'll definitely focus on studying. Work hard to improve my grades." He scratched his head. Humble appearance made Cherry's mother feel much more comfortable. Looking at Lucas much more pleasant. Maybe because he had changed. Wearing glasses. Looking much calmer. Scholarly elegant type. Looking comfortable. Cherry's mother nodded. Attitude also softened a bit. Said, "All right, Sky, not early anymore. You hurry home, don't let parents worry." "Yes, then I'll leave first. Goodbye, Auntie." After speaking, Lucas waved goodbye to Cherry again, then turned and left here. Cherry watched Lucas's departing figure. Muttered softly, "Why didn't he say anything?" Say what? Cherry's mother suspiciously looked at her, then pulled her toward home. After getting home, she planned to have a 2-hour-long conversation, to talk seriously with Cherry. Cherry was pulled by mother, somewhat dazed, remembering Lucas's state just now. Seemed not very normal. Mom, do you know North High?" Know it. That high school in north part of city, right? Normal school, what about it? Is he a student paying to study there?" Cherry stopped, stared at her mother, seriously said, "Mom, Lucas is the top student of grade 12 at North High. Since grade 11, almost always maintained number 1 position. In last month's exam, He was only 2 points from perfect score. Sherry's mother's face full of surprise. Looking at daughter with puzzled eyes. Hard to believe. Like couldn't understand daughter's words. Sherry took out her phone. Opened a photo. That was Lucas sent her. Last month's exam score sheet. She showed mother. Her mother, after seeing, expression changed from serious to surprised. Even gradually became frightened. Quickly call him back. Absolutely cannot let you continue associating with him. Also absolutely cannot get involved with such family. Mom, this. Sherry, startled by mother's loud shout, hurriedly took back phone, avoiding to side. Not understanding what mother was doing. Her mother walked over, pushing Sherry once. Anxiously said, heavens, quickly go call him back. Late at night, can't let him go alone. We must take him right to his door. If something happens, his family will come after us desperately. Oh, Sherry dazedly nodded. Hurriedly ran in direction Lucas just went. Sherry's mother stood alone in place. Worried to the point of stamping feet continuously. Suddenly saw flashlight in hand. Exclaimed. Oh, the flashlight, let him take it. Oh heavens, she bit her lip. Turning circles right in place. Face full of regret. Who could have known? The boy she once looked down on. Now so excellent. She thought he wore glasses from playing phone too much. Thinking of words she just said. To a top grade student daring to speak like that. She felt too ashamed to show face. Her own daughter not even equal to him. Yet she spoke such condescending words. Really too embarrassing. When Sherry ran after. Just in time to see Lucas. Getting into a taxi. Door closed. Hey, Sherry ran over. But taxi already accelerated. Drove away. When she ran to the spot. Could only see taxi's tail lights. Sherry panting while running back. Very exhausting. But still couldn't catch Lucas. She could only turn back. Return to her mother's side. When her mother saw Sherry return alone. No one else beside. Face full of sorrow. He's angry, won't come back anymore? Not that. I couldn't catch up, he already got in car and left. Sherry shook head, pointing behind saying. Then that's better. Mom thought my words just now made him angry. Sherry's mother breathed relief. Heaving chest also gradually calmed. Mother and daughter walked on road home together. Sherry's mother spoke asking. You two really dating? He doesn't mind about before? Yes, that's right. But mind or not, I'm not clear. His mouth says doesn't mind. Sherry remembered words Lucas once said. Though he said everything's past. I'm not wrong. Even my parents aren't wrong. But the more he said that, Sherry felt more she owed him a lot. He just said see you again. Tomorrow I'll go out with him. Right. Tomorrow we have plans, we'll go out together. Also have 2 more friends. Sherry finished speaking, then lifted bag in hand. Inside had swimsuit. She didn't show her mother. Then tomorrow mom will give you some more money. Then you remember to explain to him. Say sorry to mom or something. Mom's words today didn't have bad intentions. Mom, look at my grades and think. Can you change your view? Regardless of how people's grades are. Should treat equally. After all, that's not your child. People have worse grades. But at home still their parents' good child. Sherry held back, said to her mother. If not for Lucas's grades. But someone else. Probably mother would still look down on Lucas. Making him suffer such grievance. That she couldn't do. So she must clarify this matter. Clarify that now she's the one reaching up. His grades are good, no longer like before. You mean, Mom, I also hope person beside me isn't too bad. Mom just wants you to be well. Sometimes mom goes a bit too far, right? At this time Sherry's mother completely deflated. Just got a hard slap from reality. He has such excellent grades. Yet so humble and low-key. Not boasting at all. If her daughter hadn't told the truth, then mother completely wouldn't know. Whether grades or character. He's far superior. Top of whole high school grade. This mother clearly understands. Daughter ranked first in elementary. But high school students far away. How can compare? Thinking such a person became her daughter's boyfriend. Problem is before even went to their door causing trouble. Even insulted him. At this moment she really didn't know should be happy. Or should be troubled. Seeing her mother lower head. Cherry as daughter, definitely couldn't say more. Moreover, she understood mother's heart. All wanting good for child. Just went wrong way. She thought she surely learned a precious lesson. Don't hastily look down on anyone. Who knows, a nobody today later could become world famous person. Meanwhile, Lucas took taxi home. When just arrived downstairs, he received call from mother. But since already arrived, so he didn't answer. Went straight upstairs. I'm home. After opening door, Lucas said one sentence. From inside walked out a woman. Still holding phone dialing. Seeing Lucas, then hung up. Why coming home so late? Didn't you say tomorrow going to dad's place? I just went shopping for swimsuit with friends. Conveniently ate dinner outside. I said already. Lucas patted shopping bag in hand. Went inside. Then changed slippers. His mother sighed. Arms crossed asking. Which friend? Not a girlfriend, right? Speaking of that. Lucas showed embarrassed look. He also wasn't clear if counted as his girlfriend. Just now was like that, so consider it that way. His mother looking at son's reaction. Knew she guessed right. Face showing helplessness. Preventing dating, forcing studying too tiring. Wanting to date also normal thing. But one thing you must remember. What thing? That little girlfriend you dated in middle school. Absolutely cannot find again. Our family will never get involved with such family again. Lucas's eyes widened, face showing clear horror. Overreacting with fear. No way. Why? Think about it, later you'll also be parents. Can you stand other parents hurriedly coming to your home? Then telling your son studies poorly. You say, is that possible? When that time comes, what to do? Such a family. Later only more trouble. Absolutely not allowed. Chapter 139. Her mother must come apologize. At this time, Lucas completely stunned. Really didn't know what to say anymore. Clearly just now he was still immersed in private joy with Cherry. How in an instant faced such reversal. His mother didn't agree for him and Cherry to be together. Exactly like Cherry's mother back then. Then what to do? Mom, you're not that extreme, right? Now I also have good grades. Lucas said softly, but seeing his mother's expression getting uglier and uglier. Finally he still didn't dare speak out. But his mother seemed to have realized something. Eyebrows tightly knitted, advanced 2 steps. Lucas fearfully retreated 2 steps. Lowered head, not daring to look mother in eyes. Actually he knew, such action already could explain many things. His mother wasn't stupid, probably already guessed somewhat. What are you thinking? When her mother came to our home, you forgot. Only missing a bit, this matter would be announced to whole school. Can't you have some self-respect? Still want to entangle with her? Lucas was scolded, speechless. He originally didn't think so much. Now thinking back, him and Cherry together once more seemed also an injury to his family. Lucas's mother, seeing son so difficult, couldn't help but sigh, showing helplessness. She understood too well what kind of person her son was. Moreover, after so much time, still able to be with that girl. Really rare. If now she forcefully separated, forcibly split them apart, wouldn't that be exactly the same as that girl's mother back then? Fine, if you really want to be with her also, okay. But one condition. Her mother must come apologize. Lucas hearing this, immediately mouth hanging open, extremely shocked. No way. How can make her mother come apologize? This is too unreasonable. Mom doesn't care. This is mandatory condition. Otherwise, later you'll still be bullied by their family. This fool. Finally Lucas returned to his room. Right when phone rang once. A message arrived. He opened to look. Was from Cherry. Are you home yet? I just got home. Lucas quickly replied to her. But didn't mention what his mother just said. He felt this absolutely couldn't happen. Making someone's mother come apologize, isn't that unreasonable? If he said it, probably the two would have to separate again because of family issues. So he decided to temporarily say nothing. Home matters just drag on as long as possible. Wait to think of another way later. So Lucas changed the subject. Started talking about other things. But absolutely didn't touch on their relationship. He thought saying too clearly now wouldn't be good. Like that, the two chatted until sleepy. Content also gradually became more vague. Both really liked this feeling. When lying in bed staring at the phone. Face always showing a smile. Next morning everyone woke up very early. After packing things, then met at one location. Nathan and Emma left home. Went to the meeting place. Emma held Nathan's hand, looking up at his profile. Softly asked, "Do you think those two will have any progress today?" "I think probably not. Seems both are very shy. Don't dare do anything. In my opinion today definitely still won't have any progress." Nathan shook his head. Yesterday Lucas's performance everyone saw clearly. He really didn't know how to evaluate. Really hopelessly bad. So he guessed for sure. Today also still won't have anything new. At most like every time. The group awkwardly plays together for a day. Then it ends. Not that bad. I feel they. Emma was about to continue, when her eyes suddenly swept to something. She hurriedly pulled Nathan back, not letting him continue walking. Then dragged him hiding into the corner nearby. "Hide well, what's wrong? Ahead isn't almost there already?" Nathan completely unprepared, startled, while Emma made shushing gesture, signaling Nathan to be quiet. Nathan though not understanding what, but immediately shut mouth. Then with Emma poked head out, observing situation outside, when he saw the scene ahead. Finally understood why Emma did that. Turns out there's good drama to watch. Just saw at their agreed meeting place. Lucas and Cherry already arrived. Just the two of them. But distance very close. Though not looking at each other. However hands weren't obedient at all. Seemed probing. Wanting to hold the other's hand. Oh. Nathan and Emma's heads bobbing up and down. Watching this scene. Mouths forming O shape. Of course they wouldn't step out now. To ruin those two's good thing. Clearly. They need private space. To bravely take one more step. Lucas turned head to one side. Glancing up and down. Just didn't dare look toward Cherry. But his hand always wanted to reach toward her. If wanting to confirm relationship. Just need to hold her hand. And she doesn't refuse. Then probably would be fine, right? Lucas thought so. Coincidentally, Cherry was also thinking the same. Her hand occasionally also wanted to reach over. But at crucial moment pulled back. Right then, their fingers touched. Both like being lightly shocked. Touched once then immediately separated. Seeing this scene, Nathan and Emma glanced at each other, smiled helplessly. Thought those two progressed fast. Who knew still like this? Have intention but no courage. Looking like they won't try anymore. So the two chose this moment to step out. "Hello. Kept you two waiting long. We're late," Nathan loudly greeted. Hearing that, Lucas turned looking at Nathan. Eyes seemed somewhat grateful, as if thanking Nathan for appearing at this moment. Because he noticed atmosphere bit awkward. If not for them arriving timely. Then he and Cherry just standing there frozen. Really didn't know what to say. Or what to do anymore. "All right, car I just called. Now probably almost here." Lucas nodded. Just finished speaking. The taxi stopped right beside them. Nathan with large build sat in front seat. Emma sat in back seat. Cherry sat in middle. Everyone got in then departed. Chapter 140. Today you must give yourself and her an explanation. After about an hour driving, they finally arrived. Weekend so very crowded. Parking lot had no empty spaces. Entrance and ticket counter also packed with people. If wanting to buy normal tickets to play, then probably have to queue very long to buy. The group got out, carrying their things, standing beside crowd of tourists. Somewhat confused. "Lucas, you serious? Playing without paying?" Nathan pointed ahead at this scene. Somewhat doubtful, not knowing if Lucas's words were true. Lucas appeared very calm, nodded head, while holding phone preparing to call. While saying, "That's right. My dad is manager here. Can let family in free. Before I often came here to play. Never had to pay for tickets." After speaking other end already answered. Lucas spoke into phone. "Hello Dad. We're at the gate. Dad let us in. You're not busy now right?" Okay, I'll wait for you." After speaking he hung up. Nathan somewhat surprised. asked. Your dad is manager here? That's amazing. Then you must have played here until bored, right? Just normal, at least I can guarantee. This place compared to other water parks. Much cleaner. Otherwise I wouldn't come so many times. Lucas nodded, then waved toward front. Everyone's eyes followed. Saw a man in suit walking over. Here. Following Lucas's call, the man approached the group. Hello, uncle, the group hurriedly greeted. Cherry's voice smaller, somewhat shy, seemed a bit scared when meeting Lucas's family. Oh, hello kids. These are the little friends he mentioned? This kid quite strong. Good, the man smiled, nodding. When seeing Nathan slightly stunned. This was first time he saw a high school student so built. Nathan embarrassedly smiled once. Emma also covered mouth, softly laughing helplessly. Then the man swept eyes around, finally stopping gaze few seconds on Cherry. His gaze lingered a bit, slightly frowning, but just momentarily, then relaxed immediately. Let's go, follow me in. So 4 people followed Lucas's father. Went straight in, passing long queue of people. Security at gate just seeing Lucas's father. Then hurriedly opened door. Greeted once. Hello manager Lucas. All right. Hard work, Lucas's father replied. He took from pocket a cigarette box. Gave people at gate 1 cigarette each. Everyone received with both hands. Faces showing smiles. Just stepping inside. Magnificent architectural scene appeared before eyes. Besides indoor water park, outside also had a large square. At this time many tourists taking photos strolling. Going in and out of shopping centers. Walking while eating all kinds of delicious food. Alright, if need anything call dad. Just play and have fun. Lucas's father patted son's shoulder. Yes dad, you go ahead with work. Thank you uncle. Goodbye uncle. Then he left first, leaving 4 people here. Lucas walked ahead leading way. Pointing at huge building ahead saying. Let's go play there first. Right now still few people. Afternoon will be much more crowded. By afternoon when bored of playing then go outside to continue. Okay, 3 others followed Lucas. Together entering indoor water park. Just entering. Saw countless entertainment rides before eyes. Nathan nodding while exclaiming. This was his first time here. Really quite amazing. Crowded. But not to suffocating extent. Important is indoors, don't worry about harsh sun. Also has cool air conditioning. Coming up from water, not too stuffy. They arrived at changing room door. Preparing to change into swimsuits. Then agreed to meet at door later. Nathan and Lucas entered men's changing room. Found a locker, started changing. Nathan took off outer clothes. Lucas's eyes widened, face full of amazement. Goodness, your body really too massive. Nathan looked down at his upper body. Actually he felt. Since Emma stayed at his house. He'd lost quite a bit of muscle. Just trained many years. If you persist, training can also be like this. He casually said. Sounded simple. But Lucas understood very clearly. This was result of many years' effort. Cost not little effort to achieve. Both quickly finished changing. Nathan wore rather long beach shorts. While Lucas just normal swim trunks. He also took off glasses. After all, wearing glasses in water easily falls off. But because nearsighted when taking off glasses, he saw everything quite blurry. Nathan turned to Lucas. Asked. Hey, you planning to confess today? Huh. Confessing at water park, good or not? Nathan frowned. Lightly punched Lucas's chest. Said. Either move forward. Or keep distance. Didn't you say so yourself? Either today you make it clear. Or just be normal friends. Must keep clear boundaries. Don't entangle ambiguously anymore. Okay. You're right. Rest assured today I'll definitely give her. No wrong. Today I'll definitely give myself a clear explanation. Lucas continuously nodded. Now he's somewhat traumatized. Being lectured by Nathan really not comfortable. If just lecturing with words then fine. Important is he gets physical when displeased. And strong grip. Not careful means eating a painful hit. That's better. Let's go. Nathan and Lucas went out together. At this time girls still not out. So they stood at changing room door. Quietly waiting. After a while, A pair of long, slender, fair legs appeared first at women's changing room door. Nathan recognized immediately. That was his girlfriend, Emma. She wore high-waisted swimsuit. Looked like a two-strap dress. Very flattering waist and bust. The moment Emma stepped out, like countless eyes looking toward her. When seeing Emma's full figure, those eyes all widened in amazement. "I'm here." Emma saw Nathan. Waved, jogged toward him. Face showing smile, full of youthful vitality. "Slow down," Nathan said while smiling, walking over. A crowd seeing that beautiful girl going toward muscular guy, then hurriedly moved eyes away. They didn't want more trouble. Lucas still staring at changing room door. After a while, a figure softly stepped out. Cherry wore flared swimsuit dress. Her figure not as good as Emma's, so didn't choose same style as her friend. This one could both flatter figure visually and show off long slender legs. Must say very suitable for her. Lucas looked at Cherry lowering head, both cheeks blushing while dazed. No matter what, he still liked Cherry's character. In his head now only one thought. Definitely cannot let Cherry become someone else's girlfriend. She must be my girlfriend. Chapter 141. All right, darling, let's go play. When Cherry stood before Lucas, seeing him still dazedly looking at her, her face burning red, lightly pulling dress hem, softly said, "Don't look at me like that anymore." "Sorry." Lucas hurriedly moved eyes elsewhere. Now realized he was just very rude. Had been staring at her because he wasn't wearing glasses. With nearsighted eyes, to see clearly had to squint. Maybe because of that, so his gaze just now looked somewhat ugly. Nathan held Emma's hand, softly asked, "What do you want to play?" "I'll lead you. So many rides here. If playing all, then one day not enough. So just choose few rides is fine." "That one." Emma suddenly pulled Nathan's hand, pointing toward float rental counter. Softly. "I can't swim." "Oh," Nathan stunned. Then led Emma to rent swimming float. Because Emma's figure quite curvy. If float too small, then she wouldn't fit in. Finally could only rent largest float. When the yellow duck-shaped float was put on Emma, Nathan didn't know why found this scene very funny. Couldn't help laughing. Just laughed, then covered mouth. Embarrassedly turned away. But Emma heard clearly. "Ah, what are you laughing at?" Emma red-faced, very dissatisfied. Bright and angry. Raised hand lightly hitting Nathan's arm few times. But with this force, with this tone, if not called acting cute, then really can't find other word to describe. "I just think you look like a child. Look like about to run to kiddie pool." Nathan pursed lips, trying not to laugh out loud. Actually he wanted to say Emma looked like a child. Both adorable and cute, just maybe didn't express clearly. Emma's face even redder, only she wearing float, and Nathan reacting like that, made her both embarrassed and angry. Right after Emma turned around, returned to float rental counter, said, "Give me another largest one." Few minutes later, the largest yellow duck float was put on Nathan. He was confused, looked down at float on himself. Because he stretched the float tight, so the duck's eyes printed on it, like squinting mockingly at him. "Peef, ha ha ha." Lucas tried holding back laughter, until face distorted, finally couldn't hold back laughing. Laughed until tears came out, mouth open to ears. Cherry hurriedly turned away, body trembling, like trying to suppress stolen laughter. After all, laughing straight at face too embarrassing. With Nathan's build, muscles, wearing that yellow duck float. Really too blindingly funny. An extremely funny scene. Really hard not to laugh. Anyone looking would laugh. Really like a code error programmer typed wrong. Doesn't match at all, but makes people unforgettable. This scene really full of humor. Result still can run normally. Also like a muscular game character. Buying a limited outfit for 6 coins. Not wearing would be wasteful. But after wearing, brings extremely strange feeling. At this time Nathan's expression like lost all hope of living. Eyes dazed, speechless. "All right, darling. Let's go play." Emma was very happy though. Eyes smiling crescents. eyes sparkling with excitement. She held Nathan's hand then pulled away. Nathan sighed once. Seeing she seemed in much better mood. Also didn't say anything more. As long as Emma happy that's fine. Actually like this also very good. Nathan didn't want Emma like before. Whether in life, or in feelings all too inferior. Lucas and Cherry stood in place. Watching them leave. Somewhat dazed. Lucas turned to Cherry. Said, we split up to play would be better. After all they're dating. We also shouldn't disturb would be better. Cherry nodded. Also quite agreed with this. Though they came together. But splitting up to play still more reasonable. Then let's go play too. Okay, water slides. Could say one of hottest rides. Nathan and Emma had to queue very long to play. Because rules no floats allowed. So two took off floats first. Nathan quite happy. But Emma somewhat worried. After all going down will fall into water. Nathan just comforted her don't be afraid. Then slid down first. Through long tube. Nathan finally splashed falling into water. Lifeguard hadn't time to help. He already stood up himself. Then raised hand stopping lifeguard. Said, brother move aside a bit. Lifeguard stunned. Hadn't reacted yet. Next person already sliding down from slide. That was Emma. Nathan hadn't wiped water from face. Already quickly caught Emma. Emma fell into Nathan's arms. Basically not letting her fall into water. After recovering, Emma looked at Nathan. Just saw corner of his mouth slightly raised. Asked, fun? Very fun. Emma's face showed happy smile. Leaning in Nathan's arms. Both feet lightly kicking water splashing. Nathan knew she feared water. So quickly caught her. Probably only Nathan could do it. Otherwise with momentum sliding down. Normal person hard to catch. Lifeguard beside mouth twitching. Pressed cap down. Then left, let's play something else. Emma never thought would come here to play. Because she can't swim. If not going with Nathan. Then definitely she wouldn't come. Didn't expect. Nathan tried so hard to make her happy. And she really was happy thanks to Nathan. On Lucas and Cherry's side. Seemed quieter. Both sat on raft preparing to slide down slide. Lucas sat behind. While Cherry carefully sat in front. Lucas looked at Cherry's back right before eyes. Throat slightly moving. After all Cherry wouldn't turn looking at him. So looking few more times probably fine. You two hold tight. Going down. Staff behind pushed raft hard. Raft rushed fast down slide. Cherry screamed once. Not prepared so body leaned back. Back of head lightly hit. Right against Lucas's legs. Lucas's heart suddenly beat hard once. Eyes widened. Oh heavens. Chapter 142. A little pain. Cannot defeat me. Splash. Raft fell onto water surface. Was pulled aside by staff. Both got off raft. Cherry turned looking at Lucas. She felt when sliding down just now. Seemed accidentally hit him, but hit where not clear. Now seeing Lucas clamping legs tight. Both legs forming figure 8. Half bent down. Upper body leaning forward. His expression looked not good at all. Pale green like poisoned. Lips also pale. No blood left. Body also slightly trembling. Both hands twisting. Looking extremely miserable. Like enduring unspeakable pain. You what's wrong? Did I hit you? Cherry hurriedly ran over supporting Lucas. Supporting him limping step by step. Face full of worry. But also not clear where Lucas hurt. Lucas continuously shook head. Breathing hard said, no. It's fine, it's fine. This little pain is nothing to me. But I see you really hurt. How about we go to hospital? No need, don't need. That's not necessary. But let's go to pool to play. Temporarily don't play these dangerous rides anymore. Lucas breathed out once. Feeling much better already. Just now really hurt to the core. Like giving birth. They didn't go to that artificial wave pool. They're still more crowded. Afraid easy to have danger. And crowded then hygiene hard to ensure. So they went to normal pool. Said normal pool. But also very large. Not inferior to soccer field. Here not very crowded. More children. Relatively safe. When Lucas and Cherry arrived here. Saw Nathan and Emma also there. Both holding floats. Happily playing in water. Just Nathan felt bit hard to breathe. Float like binding his chest tight. Making breathing bit difficult. But seeing Emma very happy. He didn't say anything more. Hey, Lucas called from afar. Nathan and Emma hearing looked to poolside. Saw Lucas and Cherry. Come here, come down to play. Emma waved at Cherry, signaling her to come play together. Coming, Cherry answered once. Then with Lucas entered water. She though can swim, but not very proficient. Lucas always beside protecting her. He swam close to Nathan. Seeing float on him, couldn't help laughing softly once. Hey, must say honestly. This float suits you well. Look, you're having so much fun. What, dare to race swimming with me? Nathan raised chin, looking at him with arrogant eyes. Being teased like this, of course he had to respond. Have guts then race one round. See who suits float better in the end. Lucas wasn't stupid either, waved hand saying. Forget it, stop joking. Even if I swim to death can't beat you. HMPH, Nathan snorted lightly. Seeing Lucas already admitted defeat, he didn't make it harder. Turned looking at Emma, saw her holding float, softly said, I'll teach you swimming. Very easy. I'm bit scared. Emma still had some trauma with water. Because when young once choked on water playing. Since then she always bit afraid of swimming. Afraid of choking like that again. That feeling very uncomfortable. Moreover easily dangerous. Nathan comforted. It's fine. I'm here, don't be afraid. Then okay. Emma said then slightly leaned forward. Result made float rise. Slipped forward. Her body also lost balance. Falling forward, she cried out once. Right ahead was Nathan. He immediately used body to catch Emma. Let her fall into his arms. Otherwise very easy to flip upside down. Person still wearing float hard to turn themselves. Hey, be careful, you okay? How about don't learn anymore? Nathan held Emma's body, keeping her stable. That moment, she felt like just escaped disaster. Breathing hard continuously. Hearing Nathan's gentle voice by ear. She then softly nodded. I'm fine. I want to learn. Emma knew she must overcome this fear. Can't be afraid of water. Among 4 people only she can't swim. Person beside needless to say. Nathan almost good at everything. Later if only she doesn't know. Watching others play, while she can only hold float. She really didn't want that. More afraid than more must learn. To keep up with Nathan and everyone's pace. Okay, then take off float first. Though she was determined. But hearing take off float still worried. But because trusting Nathan so much. So she still took off float. Let herself into water. Nathan could also properly take off float now. He felt wearing float almost couldn't breathe. On chest marked a line. The moment Emma took off float. She immediately hugged Nathan's body tight. Whole person like hanging on him. I'm so scared. By instinct. Her legs wrapped tight around Nathan's waist. Body stuck tight to him. Nathan clearly felt Emma's soft body. Stuck to himself, even squeezing waist tight. Immediately made blood in his body like boiling. Don't be afraid, hold my hand. Nathan softly said by Emma's ear. His voice gave her lots of courage. So she also slowly let go. Changed to holding Nathan's hand. Nathan held tight, very steady. Plus water's buoyancy. Emma easily floated up, gradually. She also wasn't afraid anymore. Mainly because sense of security Nathan brought. Made her much more at ease. Alright, don't panic. Just take it slow. Nathan held Emma's hand slowly backing up. So she could slowly practice swimming. Wow. So fun. Emma also felt this interesting. Like a child, just learning to ride bike with training wheels. And Nathan knew. Now just need Emma get used to that feeling. Understand what swimming is like. Then naturally will know. Cherry standing beside seeing this scene. Eyes also full of envy. Should have known she should also say can't swim. That way could let Lucas teach. Right then. Lucas lightly patted her shoulder once. When she turned around. Saw he seemed wanting to say but stopped. Pointed to poolside said, want to rest a bit? I have something want to tell you. Chapter 143. Now I want to clarify our relationship. After a while, Cherry sat on bench in rest area by pool. Just came up from water. Body still trembling slightly, though indoors has warm air conditioning. But still felt bit cold. At this time a towel was draped on her. Cherry looked up at Lucas. He sat down on bench beside. Also bought few bottles of water put on table. Opened one gave to Cherry. Two sat by pool, looking down at water. Saw Nathan and Emma playing. In eyes both showed admiration. While they too couldn't play carefree like that, because too much distance separating. Has ambiguity in relationship. Also has family obstacles. Made them become like this. Yesterday, Lucas spoke first, breaking silence. Cherry hearing turned looking at his profile. Slightly pursed lips, silently listening. Yesterday you told your mom I'm your boyfriend. But we actually never clarified this relationship. Right? Cherry nodded. Agreeing with Lucas's words. Regardless what she thought yesterday. Then both still hadn't spoken clearly. That's the fact. Yesterday I hadn't gotten your agreement. Already presumed to say I'm your boyfriend. Sorry, Cherry actively said to Lucas. She very clear about situation now. Definitely she's reaching up. With Lucas's top grade ranking. Plus not bad appearance. Dad also manager here. Family conditions definitely also very good. With those conditions, Lucas completely could choose someone better. She only has one thing. Used to be his girlfriend. Besides that no other capital. So she didn't dare say anything. Also didn't dare make any requests. Yesterday's matter. For her was already extremely bold action. But Lucas didn't mind at all. Instead very happy. At least person taking initiative was Cherry. Not him. You don't need to apologize. I'm very happy you see me as your boyfriend. So now I want to say. Lucas paused a bit. Like still hesitating. Few seconds later slowly spoke. I want to officially confirm our relationship. Do you agree? Lucas's eyes deeply looked at Cherry. Then reached out hand. Cherry slightly paused. Eyes flashing surprise. Mouth slightly opened. She just stunned few seconds. Then corner of mouth slightly curved up. Forming a beautiful curve. Then reached out holding his hand. Lightly placed in Lucas's palm. I'm very willing. Cherry's words just ended. Ahead suddenly rang cheers. And light applause. Both looked ahead. Found Nathan and Emma by poolside. Smiling looking at them. Cherry immediately lowered eyes. Face also gradually lowered. Ears slightly blushing red. Corner of mouth slightly raised. Couldn't hide joy. Lucas seeing Emma. Already didn't need Nathan supporting. Somewhat surprised asked. Wow. So fast already can swim? Nathan proudly raised head said, of course. My girlfriend very smart. Learning swimming what's difficult. Nathan just finished speaking. Emma already leaned close to him. Brown eyes clear like crystal. Intently looking at Nathan. Softly said, you teach well. Now I'm still not used to it. Slowly practice will get used to it. Nathan gently brushed Emma's hair. Softly said, rest a bit first. Swimming very tiring. Both came out of pool. Lucas immediately threw over 2 towels. For them to drape on. Nathan first draped for Emma. Then his turn. When both sat down, Lucas then asked, you guys hungry? I'll call my dad. Let dad take us to eat. Nathan eyes wide surprised. What? Free playing already enough. Now want uncle to treat us to eat too? No, we'll eat ourselves is fine. Uncle probably very busy. Disturbing like that not good. I agree. Emma also echoed, agreeing with Nathan. Cherry also same thinking. Lightly pulled Lucas's hand. Gently nodded at him. Is that so? Then okay, since said so then listen to you guys. Lucas also had to compromise. So the group planned to eat together. Here has many snack stalls. Also has restaurants. Many choices. Nathan and Emma holding hands walking ahead. Lucas and Cherry walking behind. Lucas actively held Cherry's hand. She not only didn't avoid, but held tighter. After many years, he finally got to hold this hand again. This time he swears will never let go again. Lucas saw Nathan and Emma. Already walked some distance. then softly whispered in Cherry's ear. Hey. Our matter. Temporarily don't tell family, okay? Okay? Hearing this, Cherry's heart suddenly skipped. Stunned few seconds before reacting. In that moment, many possibilities flashed through her head. But she thought biggest reason. Still the reason they broke up years ago. Cherry didn't answer immediately, making Lucas somewhat confused. He also didn't know how to explain. He didn't want to say his mother disagreed. With this feeling, he couldn't speak it out. Speaking out definitely would hurt her. Moreover, the condition his mother gave. Even more couldn't say. Who could open mouth to say, make your girlfriend's mother come apologize to my house? If said, wouldn't that push their relationship into extremely difficult situation? He could only temporarily use this way to buy time. Then slowly think of solution later. I mean, temporarily don't let family know about us. Don't let them interfere. That way we'll be more comfortable. Right, Lucas simply explained. But with this explanation, Cherry didn't believe at all. She absolutely didn't think that was real reason. But she also didn't expose. Because she very clear consequences of doing so. Okay. I know. Cherry outwardly agreed. But in heart secretly remembered. This matter absolutely not small. Very likely will make them separate once again. Chapter 144. Don't worry. I definitely won't be polite with you. All four ate together. Ate quite a lot of snacks. Food here mostly quite expensive. And taste also normal. Everyone used to it. After all came here to have fun. After eating, everyone still hadn't decided what to do next. Emma had an idea. She found it very interesting. Now still not satisfied. So she asked Nathan once. I still want to swim more. Can we? Of course can. Let's go, let's continue playing. Nathan immediately agreed. Then went back to the pool with her. Lucas also looked at Cherry. Asked. Are you going? Or should we play something else? Cherry nodded. Said. Whatever's fine. I'll listen to you. Then let's go too. Other rides aren't that interesting anymore. And have to queue for very long. Queuing is tiring. So the four returned to the pool. Cherry and Emma went back in the water to play. While Nathan sat poolside with Lucas. Preparing to chat a bit. Nathan saw Emma could comfortably swim in the pool. So wasn't worried anymore. He turned looking at Lucas. Asked. I noticed Cherry seems off. Did you say something to her? Aren't you two together already? Lucas didn't expect Nathan to ask so directly. Embarrassedly scratched his head. There's a small issue. But it's fine. Just need some time to resolve. He leaned back on the bench. Rubbing his temples. Feeling his head all mixed up. Mouth says it's fine. But actually he had absolutely no solution. Nathan also leaned on the bench. Looking toward Emma in the distance. Softly said. If you need help. Just tell me. Okay. Don't worry, I won't be polite with you. On the contrary. If you need my help with anything just say so. I know. The two chatted casually. Nathan could clearly feel. Lucas had relaxed a lot. Must be because of confirming relationship with Cherry. So he wasn't tense like before. After a while, Nathan saw Emma swimming far to the end of pool. Something wasn't right. Just now she was swimming fine. But now movements seemed somewhat erratic. Nathan frowned tightly. Immediately jumped up from bench. Intently looking toward Emma. Face full of worry. He had a bad feeling. At this time Cherry was quite far from Emma. Didn't notice what was happening there. The next second, Nathan saw Emma suddenly turn around. Looking toward him. Then raised hand high. Seemed wanting to call for help. But before Nathan could hear clearly, he already saw with his own eyes. Emma's body sinking straight into water. Emma, Nathan jumped up. Shouted loudly. The shout echoed throughout the pool. Attracting all eyes. Lucas beside also startled jumping up. Cherry hurriedly turned around. But couldn't see Emma's figure anymore. In just an instant, Nathan's shadow flashed past Lucas. Shockingly fast. Then leapt powerfully. Straight into pool. Splash. Nathan's body created a large water column. Splashing onto people around. Lucas also hurriedly stood up. Eyebrows knitted so tight almost touching. But he completely didn't know what was happening. Sherry also urgently swam toward Nathan, planning to rush over to help. After Nathan jumped into pool, he almost didn't surface again, but continuously dove deep, swimming forward. He was exactly like a fish, slightly bending body, quickly rushing forward. Nathan squinted eyes, trying to see clearly in the water. Soon he saw Emma. At this time she'd already sunk to pool bottom, both hands tightly covering nose and mouth, but still had bubbles rolling out. That proved she couldn't hold on much longer. Nathan immediately realized, probably Emma had leg cramp. That's why so immobile. He just realized he'd made a basic mistake, not letting Emma warm up properly. For a beginner, already not good. Movements also not standard. Very easy to cramp. Emma didn't dare open eyes. She felt her consciousness gradually blurring. The pain in leg she didn't even care about anymore. Compared to this suffocating, drowning feeling, pain wasn't important anymore. In her heart now only one person, Nathan. Never had any moment yearned for Nathan so much. Her consciousness wasn't clear anymore. Hands covering nose and mouth also loosened. She completely couldn't move, so brain started final rescue response. Controlling her body, flailing few times underwater. Those movements all unconscious. Right at this moment, Nathan timely appeared beside Emma. He didn't hesitate at all. Before going underwater, had taken deep breath. When approaching Emma, he directly pressed his lips to hers, transferring breath underwater to Emma. Though knowing this method almost useless. TV shows have underwater breath transfer scenes. But reality, that's not feasible. What she needs now is oxygen, not CO2 someone else breathes out. Even easily endangers the rescuer. But now he couldn't care about so much. Absolutely couldn't let anything happen to Emma. Even if this method not very effective, he still wanted to try. As long as slightly effective would be good. The breath transfer only lasted 1 second. After that, Nathan pulled Emma swimming up to surface. Luckily this pool not too deep. Few seconds later, Nathan struggled lifting Emma's body, getting her head above water surface. Sherry, seeing them there, then hurriedly swam over. At this time Emma had lost consciousness. Head drooping, couldn't lift up. Emma, Nathan extremely worried. Heart also full of self-blame. Why? He wasn't beside Emma just now. If something happened to Emma, he'd regret for life. Lucas also swam over to help. He used full speed to get there. Then with Sherry held Emma, pulling her toward poolside. People on shore also immediately assisted, helping pull Emma up, getting her out. When everyone was on shore, Lucas just realized Nathan hadn't come up. Nathan, he shouted loudly. Right then, Nathan's hands gripped pool edge tightly. He struggled pulling his body up. Just surfacing, Nathan started coughing violently, spitting out lots of water. Cough, cough. Heavy sounds rang out. Chapter 145, that was our first kiss. But I didn't feel anything at all. Cough, cough. When Emma threw up all the water, she slowly opened eyes. Awake. Her hearing also gradually recovered, hearing surrounding sounds. When opening eyes, first thing entering sight was Nathan's face. He looked extremely exhausted, panting heavily, eyes still showing fear. But when meeting her gaze gradually faded. Corner of mouth also curved up. Emma discovered she was in Nathan's arms. Body covered with towel. She wanted to say something, but couldn't speak. Just coughed violently once more. At this time Sherry appeared before her. Said, "Don't rush to speak. Just calm down, breathe slowly." Emma gradually stabilized breathing. Remembering the scene just now, she felt extremely frightened. Almost died just now. Once again saved by Nathan. Without Nathan, maybe she didn't know how many times she'd died already. Nathan, when able to speak, first thing Emma called was Nathan's name. Voice hoarse and weak, but that was all her strength. "Yes, I'm here, don't be afraid." Nathan hugged Emma tightly, letting her feel the warmth. Emma curled in Nathan's arms, closing eyes. Only this way could stabilize her heartbeat. At this time Lucas's voice rang beside. Wow, so nerve-wracking. If not for Nathan doing CPR and chest compressions for her all along, then really don't know what would have happened. Emma immediately opened eyes wide, face full of surprise. Heartbeat just stabilized, surged again. She and Nathan before only touched lips to cheek or forehead, never really touched lips. She even once dreamed, would wait for a really romantic occasion, then actively kiss Nathan's lips. But now, her first kiss with Nathan was CPR. She completely had no consciousness. Didn't feel anything at all. Nathan embarrassedly scratched head. Explained. The situation was urgent then. Emma now realized she'd lost out. More than lost out. First kiss with Nathan became so careless. Made her feel worse than almost drowning. That feeling really more suffocating than swallowing water. Less than a second later, Emma suddenly burst crying. Tears falling drop by drop. 3 people beside all stunned. But thinking about what just happened, they also understood. Crying out was normal. Just they didn't know. Emma's tears weren't because almost drowning, but because of that first kiss. After that incident, the group had no mood to continue playing. They changed clothes, then left. Strolled around the square. Then prepared to go home. Mainly because Emma's condition wasn't good. Besides today's unexpected accident, actually everyone had played quite happily. Especially Lucas and Cherry. The two had also clearly confirmed their relationship. Could say perfectly achieved the goal. Finally the group said goodbye, then went home. Nathan and Emma returned together. Just entering home, Emma plopped down on sofa. Hugging legs tightly, lowering head. Face somewhat sad. Nathan also didn't dare ask anything. Because all afternoon, Emma maintained that appearance. He thought maybe she was frightened. So didn't disturb. Just let her sit quietly alone. While he went to another corner to study. However, long after, sky outside already dark, Emma still showed no signs of improvement. Nathan felt something wrong. At this time, if he, as boyfriend, didn't say anything, then too unworthy. Nathan carefully walked beside Emma. Softly called her name. But called 2-3 times. Still no response. Emma also didn't raise head. When getting closer, Nathan heard steady breathing. He bent down, looking at Emma's face, found she'd closed eyes. Turns out fell asleep. Thinking about it made sense. Today she was the most dangerous and tired. Just got home, sat relaxing on sofa. Definitely would quickly fall asleep. Nathan suddenly understood. No wonder didn't hear her voice all afternoon. But he couldn't let her sleep temporarily on sofa like this. He then wrapped arms around. Gently picked Emma up. Then walked into bedroom. When Nathan very gently put Emma on bed. Was about to stand up. Right then, Emma's hands suddenly reached up. Nathan hadn't reacted yet. Was already tightly hugged around neck by her. He saw Emma slowly open eyes. Looking straight at him. Corner of eyes still had sparkling tears. Don't go. Emma's thin lips slightly moved. Voice hoarse. Mixed with some choking. Just spoke 2 words. Nathan suddenly felt heart numb. Like melting. I'm not going anywhere, he nodded slightly. Bent down, wrapped arms around her body. Still scared? Nathan whispered by Emma's ear. However, she shook head. Answered very softly. I was never scared. Because you're here, so I'm not afraid. Then what? Nathan slightly stunned. Raised head, confused looking at Emma. He originally thought she must be very scared. That's why silent all afternoon. Emma pursed lips. Face full of grievance. Softly opened mouth. Hesitantly said, because you did CPR on me. That was our first kiss. I didn't feel anything at all. Didn't experience anything. Who knows when next time will be. Nathan slightly stunned. Blinked several times. Eyes full of surprise. Didn't expect. Emma sad just because of this. She even looked about to cry. While Nathan laughed. CPR, he snorted once. That doesn't count as kissing. I know when next time is. Right now. After speaking, Nathan lowered head. Kissed straight on Emma's lips. Thin lips slightly trembling, red mixed with pale. 2 soft lips pressed tightly together. Emma slightly stunned. Then eyes flashed with shyness. Her hands once again tightened around Nathan's neck. Responding enthusiastically. Closing eyes. Nathan one hand held her waist. One hand held back of neck, making that kiss even deeper. Emma was kissed until couldn't breathe. The quiet space made hormones spread extremely intensely. Like using all life's strength. She hugged tightly her soft body. Fingers gripping bedsheet tightly, crumpling a whole section of fabric. Long after, the two reluctantly separated, panting heavily. Emma's face bright red, eyes infatuated staring at Nathan. Satisfied? After a while, Nathan slowly opened mouth asking. Emma continuously nodded, small tongue slightly sticking out, lightly licking wet lips. Satisfied. Chapter 146. We of course still sleep in same room. Silly. School life gradually returned to peace. Students all working hard preparing for next exam. Nathan and Emma too. Every day focusing on studying. Weekends also not going out. Just studying at home. Their relationship growing closer. Occasionally had passionate kisses. Besides that, they hadn't gone further, because both had an agreement. Nathan didn't want to break that. Like that passed over 20 days. Next month's exam also arrived. Nathan much more confident than last time. So did exam very relaxed. Almost no tension. Opposite Emma was extremely worried. She wanted better results. Goal was first in grade. 1 or 2 days after exam. Night before results. Emma and Nathan lying under covers. She leaning against Nathan's chest. Playing phone while chatting with Ashley. Nathan also holding phone playing games. Both very relaxed. Right then, Emma's phone screen popped up a message notification. Seeing this, she surprised, eyes widening. Darling, you finished exams right? Emma hurriedly replied. Yes, Mom. Tomorrow we'll have results. The sender was Laura, also Nathan's mother. Since last month's exam until now, Laura hadn't messaged her once. This time contacting again after a month. In that month, she and Nathan officially got together. Also went through quite a lot. But seems Mom still doesn't know this. After a while, Laura messaged back. Okay, then tomorrow Mom comes to your place. Waiting for good news. Mom will give you living expenses. Also take you to see new place. Mom rented another apartment for you. That one too small. Emma looked at text on screen. Then turned giving phone to Nathan saying, Mom messaged this, look. Nathan slightly frowned, glanced over, then nodded, said that's right. This place for two of us indeed bit cramped. Changing place also good, so changing to new place will have 2 bedrooms? Then Emma hesitated. What she worried most was separating from Nathan to sleep alone. She'd gotten used to sleeping together over a month now. Already developed dependency. If night not sleeping beside Nathan, definitely would have insomnia. Nathan smiled softly, reached out gently pinching her cheek. We of course still sleep in same room. Silly. Hearing this, Emma happily beamed, completely relieved. Hee. Okay. She chatted with Laura few more sentences. Then ended the chat. At this time, Nathan just realized an important issue. If tomorrow his mom comes, then the relationship between him and Emma. Should they say it? If not saying, tomorrow he and Emma would have to pretend not dating. Deliberately keep distance? With this worry, both turned off lights, fell asleep. Next day at school, Nathan just sat down. Already told Ashley about this. Aunt coming today? Yeah, scores nothing to worry about. Important is, should I tell Mom about me and Emma? Nathan sighed helplessly, heart somewhat confused, while Ashley didn't see this was anything worth worrying about. Then shrugged, said whether you say or not is fine. After all, Aunt very smart. Even if you don't say, she'll definitely notice, believe it? Nathan silently nodded, rubbing chin, looking somewhat troubled. You're right, then might as well honestly admit. Probably no problem. Oh right, like this. Nathan looked at Ashley, continued. Tonight you come to our place. With you beside saying few words. I'll be more straightforward easily. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Whatever works, tonight I'm free too. Afternoon, monthly exam scores announced. Score sheets distributed to everyone. Nathan glanced over. Seeing his ranking, couldn't help being somewhat surprised. He knew this time he'd progress clearly. Already felt it when doing exam. But didn't expect such a leap. Previous exam he ranked 168 in grade. This time ranked 89th. Made it into grade's top 100. Must know before last month's exam. He ranked all the way at 233 in grade. That was near bottom. In just nearly 2 months. Through 2 exams. He jumped into grade's top 100. Teachers once said, as long as in top 100. Maintain performance. Nothing unexpected happens. Then almost certainly will pass college entrance. Wow, really good. This way Aunt will be very happy. Ashley looked at Nathan's grades finished. Even more surprised, praising loudly. Raised thumb praising. She looked at her own score. 2nd in class. From 6th in grade jumped to 3rd in grade. With these grades she wasn't surprised. Just lightly smiled. Her valuing studying more. Also influenced by Emma. Wanting grades close to equal hers. Most nervous was Emma. She just looked at score sheet. Then covered with hand. Wanting to peek bit by bit. But before removing hand. Homeroom teacher, Mr. Wong. Already holding score sheet walked in. Face beaming brightly. Walked straight to podium. Let's congratulate class president Emma. Has become grade valedictorian. Clap clap immediately. Applause resounded throughout class. Emma stunned a bit. Then removed hand. Looking at first ranking column. Really was first in grade. Corner of her mouth showed sweet smile. Softly exclaimed happily. Heart full of joy. Next second. She turned looking toward Nathan and Ashley. Softly smiled. Gentle bright smile. Fresh like blooming flowers. Nathan and Ashley both happy for her. Together applauding congratulations. Nathan's face also showed pride. After all, Emma was his girlfriend. His girlfriend grade valedictorian. That feeling even happier than being first himself. Others' envious gazes also poured over. Mr. Wong also looked at Nathan. Continued speaking. There's another person. Nathan progressed remarkably. Very worthy of praise. Chapter 147. My girlfriend is grade valedictorian. Pressure really big. First person applauding for Nathan was Emma. She turned looking toward him. Smiling like blooming flowers. Mr. Wong satisfied nodding. Now I believe. Before Nathan wasn't lying to me. Him and Emma being together. Really didn't affect studying. Instead helped both progress clearly. Don't look at Nathan's grades rising so much. Actually Emma becoming first in grade. Was the hardest. Because higher in top ranks. Harder to surpass. Almost everyone knows. Wanting to surpass Lucas. Like climbing to blue sky. After class. Mr. Wang's spirit notably uplifted. Joy clearly shone on face. After all, in grade's top 5. His class occupied 2 people. And class president Emma ranked first in grade. Now truly the best class. Finally don't have to endure. Watching other class teachers show off. Mr. Wong walked out of class. Chest puffed high, head raised straight. Nathan and Emma also noticed. Mr. Wang's happy state made them feel happy too. Finally regained face for the teacher. Also counts as small repayment. But studying after all is for oneself. Not studying for teachers. After school ended, Nathan holding score sheet, scratching head. Heart somewhat troubled. If few months ago achieved these grades. Definitely would be crazy happy. Immediately dive into gaming satisfyingly. Recharge money crazily. After all, before always in bottom group. Now suddenly, became student with chance at regular college. Counted as upper middle student in class. However now, he felt heavy pressure. First in grade was Emma. His girlfriend, second in grade was Lucas. His good friend, third in grade was Ashley. His cousin, grade's top 3. All closest people to him. Yet he only ranked 89th. Gap really too big. Wanting to climb higher too difficult. Especially when reaching top 20 and above. Each person only differs few points. That gap extremely hard to cross. Just after school, Emma ran to Nathan's place. Excitedly said, Nathan, this time you progressed so much. Your mom will definitely be very happy. She originally thought Nathan would also be extremely excited. However, looking at his expression, seemed worried. Emma, slightly stunned, reflexively turned looking at Ashley beside. She shrugged, calmly said, "Worried of course, girlfriend first in grade already. Pressure too big." Nathan helplessly turned looking at her. Drew cold breath. "Hey, can you not analyze my psychology so accurately?" Ashley put hand on Nathan's shoulder. Softly smiled. "No way. Your heart too easy to see through." HMPH. Nathan ignored her. Turned looking at Emma. Eyes flashing with smile. Softly said, "The one who should be happy is you. Tonight I'll congratulate you properly." Nathan reached out, gently rubbing Emma's head. Voice gentle like water. Emma lowered head. Small face showing sweet smile. Giggling softly. She felt this was the best reward already. If not getting Nathan's praise, then even if first in whole school, she wouldn't feel happy. Ashley standing beside watching this scene. Stunned. Mouth slightly open, then shook head. Emma exactly like a cute puppy. Maybe biggest difference. Just doesn't know how to wag tail. Just getting head rubbed already so happy. Before she never noticed. Emma was originally this kind of person. Even if good personality, good popularity wouldn't be this obedient. Or after being with Nathan. She herself change. You too. Very good, this period worked hard. Next should rest well a bit. Emma softly replied once. The two could only keep certain distance. Just said few words like that. Besides Nathan rubbing Emma's head. No other intimate actions. After all, this was at school. In classroom. Absolutely couldn't do anything excessive. Otherwise, like slapping Mr. Wang's face. Ashley standing beside softly sighed. Even though those two before her had shown affection many times, she still wasn't used to it. Mainly because too familiar with Nathan. All his states she knew clearly. Only this dating state too unfamiliar. Seeing still couldn't believe. So now still gradually learning to accept. Hey, you two. Shouldn't we check on Lucas's situation? After all dropped from first to second. Being reminded by Ashley like that. Nathan and Emma suddenly realized. Slightly stunned, looked at each other. Then immediately stood up, leaving class. Ashley watched their departing figures. Breathed relief. Finally don't have to face this couple anymore. Nathan and Emma went to another classroom door. Standing outside looking in. Searching for Lucas's figure. However, at his seat, couldn't see anyone. Nathan then pulled a male student just walking out. Asked, "Hey friend, let me ask, where's your class president?" That male student being held jumped. Seeing it was Nathan, even more panicked. Their class president being close with Nathan. Everyone in class knew. After all, Lucas originally had very smart head. So not surprising being close with Nathan. Already respectable enough. Now adding a strong friend like an ox. These two together no one dared approach. Every time walking side by side in hallway. Others all had to make way. Our class president just left right after school. Probably went to bathroom. Thanks. Nathan let him go. He immediately turned back to class. Emma looked at Nathan. Nathan also slightly frowned. Eyes showing some worry. Could it be couldn't handle this shock? So hiding in bathroom crying? Nathan looked toward Emma. Softly sighed, saying, Lucas only 2 points behind Emma. Before, he'd held first place in grade. Very long time. Since beginning of junior year always him. Never been surpassed. Position almost unassailable. Result second monthly exam senior year got surpassed. This feeling definitely not comfortable. Emma shook head. Softly replied. Probably not that extreme. Must absolutely be first to be okay? I think as long as in grades top 10 no difference. All have chance at first or second tier colleges. Don't have to maintain number 1 forever. Suddenly dropping to second. That feeling only he can understand. Let me go to bathroom check how he is. Chapter 148. But next time not sure you'll still be first. Nathan alone walked into men's bathroom. Looking around for Lucas's figure. Finally saw him in a corner. At this time he was squatting with back to Nathan. Not clear what doing. Anyway not using bathroom. Because pants not off. Could he really be crying? Nathan felt somewhat surprised. Thinking, Could Lucas really be hit this hard? Hiding in bathroom crying secretly? Nathan carefully walked over, poked head wanting to see what he was doing. But when getting close, heard continuous keyboard clicking sounds. When seeing clearly saw Lucas squatting there, holding phone typing non-stop, texting with someone. Smack. Nathan slapped hard once. Lucas jumped whole body, almost reflexively. He immediately turned off phone. Then hurriedly hid behind back standing up. When seeing clearly person who hit him was Nathan. He then breathed relief. Geez, it's you. Scared me to death. Thought discipline teacher caught me. Lucas patted chest breathing hard. Looking like just escaped disaster. Then he casually right in front of Nathan. Took out phone continuing to text. What are you doing? Nathan slightly frowned. Reached out. Directly grabbed phone from Lucas's hand. Lucas still hadn't recovered. Nathan pointed straight at him saying, "You've got guts. You dropped to second place. I thought you'd be hit hard. Result you're hiding in bathroom playing phone. Texting with girlfriend." Nathan raised hand, acting like about to hit him once. Lucas hurriedly raised both hands to block. But Nathan just threatening. Not really planning to hit. Just scaring him. Lucas and Cherry. The two of them together. Also nearly a month already. Relationship quite stable. Occasionally weekends even date. Just both hiding from family. Nathan wasn't surprised either. Thinking even himself like this. Also not affecting studies because of dating. Then Lucas definitely same. However, he didn't expect. Lucas now became like this. Even grades got surpassed. Yet he didn't care much. Hiding in bathrooms secretly texting romance. If continuing like this, Lucas's scores definitely will plummet. By then too late to stop. Repeating same mistake. What's different between first and second? Just 1 or 2 points difference. First place no reward. Second place no punishment. After all just monthly exam. When college entrance exam all the same. Lucas lowered head, softly argued back, but in heart still somewhat afraid of this Nathan. Afraid he'd really hit him. Even if just playing. He couldn't take it. Nathan angrily rubbed forehead, helplessly said, "First and second both fine. But with this attitude of yours, are you sure next time can still achieve such grades? Remember well, you also desperately got these grades. You're the best student I've ever met. But you're not a genius." Lucas was lectured by Nathan. Momentarily didn't know how to reply. Head blank. Speechless. Nathan returned phone to Lucas. Continued saying, "Your head very smart. Otherwise how in short time climb to grades number 1 position. But ultimately you're not a genius. If stop trying will only decline. I've only met one genius. When you study day and night, that person still plays games all day. Just casual review can nearly match your effort results. Now even genius is working hard. While you." Nathan stopped right there. He just needed to remind. Don't need to speak too harshly. Lucas nodded, as if understood Nathan's words. Put phone away. Said, "Oh, you're talking about Ashley? I can't compare with her. That I know. Junior year. First place position. I took from Ashley's hands. In my heart very clear. Her surpassing me not difficult at all." Nathan also remembered Ashley. Junior year also once ranked first in grade. But only once. Seems that time because exam too hard. Everyone didn't do very well. But for Ashley wasn't that difficult. Since that time, Ashley always maintained grades. Around 20th in grade. Not up not down. Until senior year started breaking through. Climbing to peak again. Nathan patted Lucas's shoulder. Continued. "I'm not telling you compare with Ashley. But compare with yourself. This time you didn't surpass your previous self. That's also fine. Just don't lose to yourself every time." Nathan's meaning was reminding Lucas not to regress anymore. If continuing like this, all previous efforts would go down the drain. Grades would only gradually decline. When facing college entrance exam, would completely collapse. Lucas also listened carefully, remembered all Nathan's words. Just momentarily. Immersed in romantic happiness, not stubbornly refusing to turn back. So just needed Nathan's little reminder. He immediately awakened. Got it, bro. Thanks. Lucas smiled softly at Nathan. Feeling lucky in heart to have such a friend. Really extremely grateful. The two walked out of bathroom together. Next period starting soon. Emma still waiting at door. Seeing them come out immediately ran over. Lucas looked at Emma, nodded slightly, said, "Sincerely congratulate you. But next time not sure you'll still be first." Emma slightly paused, then corner of mouth smiled. "Fine. Then you have to work hard. I won't stand still either. Today is Saturday. Students dismiss around 4-5 afternoon. Tomorrow is Sunday. Can rest." Nathan, Emma and Ashley. 3 people left school together. Just out the gate, Nathan took out phone. Planning to call his mother asking where she was. Though yesterday she only said would come today. But exactly what time not clear. Maybe she didn't know Saturday dismissal time. So hadn't arrived yet. Right when Nathan just took phone. Preparing to dial. Someone suddenly blocked their path. Blocking the way. All 3 simultaneously looked up. Just saw standing ahead. A person. Looking not much older than them. Dressed extremely sexy. Tank top and short skirt accentuating perfect figure. Blonde hair curled flowing down. Long to waist. Face exquisitely made up. Eyes sparkling with water. Looking very alluring. Before they could say anything, the woman fixed her gaze on Emma. Then tentatively, softly asked, "Emma, chapter 149. Come with Aunt. Aunt will take you abroad." Emma stunned. Blinked several times. Face full of confusion. Nathan and Ashley simultaneously looked at Emma. Neither knew who this woman was. In Emma's head, quickly searching memory for who she knew. But still didn't know who the woman before them was. I'm Emma. But who are you?" Emma carefully asked once. The woman before clearly paused. Then softly smiled. "Right, of course. When Aunt left you were still tiny. Not remembering is normal." The woman's words made all 3 stunned. Extremely surprised. The implication in her words. As if she'd known Emma for very long already. Emma completely couldn't believe. Face dumbfounded. Couldn't speak a word. Just quietly stood there. The woman continued. "Aunt's name is Sophie. Your mother's younger sister. Which means, Aunt is your youngest aunt." The words, youngest aunt, just spoken. All 3 widened eyes. Faces full of shock. As if overly frightened. Especially Emma. When hearing the name Sophie. In her head flashed some vague memories. Suddenly appearing. The moment she said she was youngest aunt. She seemed to remember when young. Seemed there really was such a person. Just that figure too faint. Making her unable to see clearly. After smiling and speaking, Sophie's smile gradually disappeared. Momentarily face filled with sorrow. Half-month ago aunt just learned about sister. Then hurriedly returned from abroad. Asked around several days. Just learned where you were studying. Sophie's voice heavy with grief. Fair face tightly frowning. As if dark clouds covering. Nathan's heart slightly jumped. Turned looking at Emma. Sure enough. Saw Emma's expression also became heavy. Lips pressed tight. Nathan originally very averse to himself. Or others mentioning Emma's family before him. But now someone claiming to be youngest aunt appeared. Made him also confused. Not knowing what to do. "Really my youngest aunt?" After a silent moment, Emma softly asked. Gently speaking. Actually right when hearing Sophie's words. She could already confirm identity. But still found hard to believe. Because after the incident, all relatives avoided her. No one wanted to look. Sophie was the first relative. She'd met again in over 2 months. Sophie softly sighed, eyes clearly showing pity for Emma. To that guarded question, she didn't find excessive at all. Instead just felt too pitiful. Parents died early. No one caring. Everything a young girl. Shouldering alone. Can't imagine how much hardship she endured. Yet now still able to attend school normally. "Sorry, Aunt came back late letting you suffer," Sophie softly said once. Then spread arms stepping forward once. About to hug Emma. She originally thought after saying so, Emma wouldn't be able to hold back grievances. And burst crying. But right when she stepped forward once. Emma unconsciously stepped back half step, avoiding, also hiding behind Nathan's back. And Nathan also instinctively blocked before Emma. Completely natural reflex. At this time Sophie shifted gaze to Nathan and Ashley. She looked up, meeting eyes with tall Nathan. Both gazes somewhat confused. Nathan awkwardly turned away, avoiding Sophie's gaze. After all, she was Emma's relative. And this was first meeting. Tension unavoidable. His action now, like trying to shield Emma from Sophie. Even more embarrassing. Oh, you two are Emma's classmates, right? Thank you for helping her. Now Aunt wants to talk privately with her a bit. Sophie pointed at Emma standing behind Nathan. Politely said to Nathan once. Nathan had no reason to stop Emma's youngest aunt. Had to slowly move aside. Emma still looked somewhat timid. Though certain person before was youngest aunt. But still didn't dare completely trust. Not knowing if this aunt had ill intentions. After all those malicious relatives before. She'd met quite a few. Some even thought she inherited fortune. Wanting to seize it. It's okay, we're here. Don't go too far. Nathan softly reassured by Emma's ear. Whispered once. This sentence gave Emma much more courage. With Nathan and Ashley beside. Surely wouldn't be dangerous. Emma then nodded slightly. Slowly stepped forward, walked to Sophie. Then went with her to a not far place. On the way. Sophie turned head glancing back once. Saw Nathan and Ashley still following closely. Sophie smiled saying, your classmates. Really treat you very well. Another day Aunt will treat them to a meal. As repayment for their effort helping you. Emma didn't reply. She knew clearly Sophie didn't understand at all. How much Nathan and Ashley had helped her. Life-saving grace, could it be repaid with one meal? Two didn't go far. Still stood within Nathan and Ashley's sight. Sophie gently held Emma's hand. Slowly said, you've suffered. Having to endure so much. Aunt knows you're not familiar with Aunt at all. Because when Aunt left you were still small. Now you've grown this big. This beautiful. Aunt almost didn't recognize. Actually it's fine. Because of him. Emma softly replied. Eyes unconsciously looked toward Nathan not far away. Him. Sophie slightly frowned. But she didn't pursue further. Because that wasn't her purpose. Hesitating few seconds. She continued. Tomorrow or day after. You take Aunt to Sister's grave. Aunt didn't get to see Sister one last time. Really regrettable. Emma nodded. Replied. Tomorrow is fine. Day after not possible. Because that day I have school. After speaking. Sophie shook head sighing. You don't need to study here anymore. By then Aunt will handle withdrawal procedures for you. What? After visiting Sister's grave. You'll come with Aunt. Aunt will take you abroad. Abroad, I won't go. I definitely won't go. Emma almost without hesitation. Just realizing continuously shook head. Flatly refusing. Sophie somewhat stunned. Asked. Why? What are you staying here for? Come with Aunt. Aunt will take care of you. Guarantee you good education. Definitely much better than now. Moreover with Aunt beside. You won't need to worry about anything. Emma still didn't need to think. Decisively answered. No Aunt. Thank you Aunt, but I don't want to go. Because on Memorial Days or holidays I must visit parents. This is certain. I can't go that far away. Besides here I also have family. Emma's voice getting smaller. Finally lowering whole head. As if not wanting Sophie to hear her words. However, Sophie still heard crystal clear. She slightly moved lips. Eyes full of surprise. Long time couldn't speak. As if trying to understand Emma's words. Here also have family. Meaning biological father? Just after 1 second Sophie denied. Absolutely impossible. How could biological father find her? Clearly over 10 years haven't met. Then paternal or maternal grandparents? But she herself once asked. When looking for Emma's whereabouts. They completely didn't know. Also didn't bother caring. Clearly Emma never mentioned them. So the family she mentioned, who exactly? Sophie was about to open mouth. Then her phone suddenly rang. She took it answering. In the call. She spoke all in foreign language. Not English. Emma listening couldn't understand. After speaking. Sophie hung up. Turned to Emma. Like this then. You give Aunt phone number. Tomorrow meet again. Then you go home, think carefully what Aunt said. After all, you are the only one sister worried about when leaving. And Aunt is also your biological youngest aunt. Aunt must be responsible for you. While speaking, Sophie held phone approaching, preparing to save Emma's number. Emma didn't say anything more. Tomorrow getting to visit mother. She of course very much agreed. So gave number to Sophie. Sophie saved it. Then started rummaging in purse. Looking quite hurried. Emma didn't know what she planned to do. Next second, Sophie took from purse a large wad of cash. Aunt didn't bring much cash. You take this to spend first. Tonight eat well, living place also better. Before Emma could react, Sophie already stuffed money in hand into Emma's palm. Oh, Emma was about to refuse, wanting to return, but Sophie didn't give her chance. Turned and left immediately, just leaving Emma, a hurried back figure. Emma watched Sophie's departing figure, somewhat confused, not knowing what to do. Looking at money in hand, estimated $2,000-3,000. She thought this money definitely couldn't spend. Had to keep. Wait tomorrow, return to Sophie. Nathan and Ashley saw Sophie leave. Then walked beside Emma. Seeing money in her hand, couldn't help showing surprise, while Emma's face just full of helplessness. What happened? Nathan gently placed hand on Emma's shoulder. Asked her. They just observed from afar. Completely didn't know what was said. Just saw Emma continuously shaking head, like refusing something. Emma was about to speak, but thinking again. After all, she wouldn't agree to going abroad. So this matter also didn't need telling Nathan and Ashley. No, nothing. Just told tomorrow take Aunt to visit my mother. Oh, I see. Nathan nodded, showing understanding. Then glanced at Ashley. Two immediately understood each other. Then tomorrow we'll go together. Visit uncle and aunt. Nathan felt as Emma's boyfriend should also burn incense for her parents, while Ashley, whether emotionally or logically, should go along. Originally she planned tomorrow stay home playing games. But compared to this matter, games of course had to be put aside. Okay. Emma thought a bit, then nodded, agreeing. She really wanted to take Nathan and Ashley, so parents could see her boyfriend and her best friend. Surely in heaven, knowing they treat her so well, parents would also be at ease. Right then, 3 heard car horn sound. Turned, looking back. Saw Laura poking head from car window. Smiling, waving at Nathan. Emma, Ashley, come here. Nathan answered once. Then with Ashley walked forward. Emma paused a moment. Looked down at wad of money in hand. Arranged neatly, then put in pocket. Then raised head. Face again showing smile. I'm coming, Mom. 3 walked to car. Nathan and Ashley consciously sat back seat, leaving passenger seat for Emma. Emma slightly paused, but didn't say anything, sat right down. Hello Aunt. Hello Mom, long time no see. All 3 greeted. Laura immediately smiled brightly. Continuously replied. Yes, good. How did you do on exams? Nathan helplessly shook head. Softly. Mom, can you not ask about grades right when getting in car? Really, must have done quite well this time. Otherwise would you dare butt in now? One sentence from Laura immediately hit Nathan's thoughts, making him embarrassedly lower head. Secretly thinking, indeed, biological mother can't hide anything. Emma and Ashley couldn't help either. Laughed out loud. Emma hurriedly said, Mom, Nathan this time ranked 89th. Already belongs to good group in class. Nathan silent, looking somewhat awkward, but heart extremely satisfied, because from childhood never had such grades. Laura hearing finished, then showed joy. Really? My son so excellent. Emma, you're also outstanding. Helping Nathan progress so fast. I didn't do anything. Mainly Nathan very hardworking and smart. Emma embarrassedly smiled, scratching head. Looking no different than just being praised by Nathan. To her, most important was Nathan's praise. Next was Laura. What about you and Ashley? How did you 2 do? Laura continued asking. This time Nathan spoke up. One ranked 1st in grade. One ranked 3rd in grade. Chapter 151. What exactly does our family do? Oh my. You two so excellent. Really great, beautiful people. Grades also this outstanding. You two truly the most perfect girls. Laura widened eyes. Face full of surprise and joy. Corner of mouth also curved excitedly. Emma and Ashley both somewhat embarrassed. After all for them. Also long time haven't heard such praise from elders like this. Maybe only Laura would recognize them like this. Only she would give them this spiritual value. Nathan from backseat casually dropped a sentence. So mom, guess who's first? This action. No different than digging hole for his mother. He just wanted to see how mom would answer. Result: Laura didn't hesitate at all. Directly said immediately. Need to guess? With Ashley's non-competitive personality. Definitely first is Emma. But first or third all the same. After all both much better than you. You better work harder. Peeved this sentence. Made Ashley and Emma laugh again. Nathan pouted. Heart extremely admiring his mother. Clearly already had answer. Yet could still speak so cleverly. Both helped Ashley save face. While conveniently kicked him down as stepping stone. After all he was biological son. Could only say about himself. All right. Taking you all to eat. Today eat well. Laura drove away from school gate. This time drove straight to a luxurious hotel. Quite high-end. And just for a meal. Need to come somewhere this fancy. Ashley looked at hotel once, felt not ordinary. At least locals all knew. Clearly what level this place belonged to. Maybe only when entertaining important guests. People would choose this place. Yet now just to treat 3 students to eat. Really somewhat ostentatious. But eating anywhere is the same. We only have 4 people. Won't eat that much. Laura casually replied once. Then directly drove into parking lot. Nathan propped hand on cheek. Leaning against car window looking outside. He saw Laura pass several empty spots. Couldn't help frowning. Nathan's heart raised some doubt. Somewhat puzzled. But didn't say anything more. After a while. Laura drove straight to what looked like private parking. Nathan even more confused, so many empty spots. She didn't even look. But drove straight here. All right, let's go. Laura parked finished. Then led 3 getting out. She walked ahead alone. Nathan, Emma and Ashley walking behind. 3 looked at each other. All saw confusion in each other's eyes. Just no one said it. Just exchanged glances. Then followed Laura into hotel together. While waiting, Laura said something to lobby manager. Right after, the group was led into a small private room. After sitting down, Nathan opened mouth asking, Mom, do you come here often? Laura slightly shook head replied, No. Just finished speaking. Room door knocked. Manager outside walked in. Bent down whispering to Laura. Need to bring precious wine from storage? Come. Nathan, Emma and Ashley simultaneously looked toward Laura. Expressions full of ambiguous smiles. Stored wine here so long. Still say don't come often. Laura somewhat flustered waved hand. Signaling manager to withdraw. After he left, she helplessly explained, Oh well. Just occasionally entertaining guests come here. Doesn't count as frequent. Nathan couldn't help frowning. Looking at mother full of questions. Then he asked, Mom, what exactly does our family do? Why have you and Dad never told me? What, you don't know either? Ashley surprised looking at Nathan. Somewhat unbelievable. A son. Yet doesn't know what his parents do. Emma also felt surprised. Actually before she also sensed. Nathan's family conditions not bad. But never asked in detail. Nathan spread hands, helpless. Really don't know. Really don't understand anything. Also no one told me. Since young mom told me it's business trading. I also didn't ask more. Ashley shook head. Looking at Nathan full of helplessness. Thinking in heart this kid really muddle-headed. Even what own family doesn't care. Laura smiled softly. Gently replied also not big business. But still need a proper hotel. To entertain guests. So don't think too much. Like this. Wait after you finish college entrance exam. Mom will take you to see our family business. Also just right you can help a bit. But now just focus on studying well. Okay, Nathan nodded. Just like that, glossed over by Mom. Emma and Ashley both felt surprised. No wonder Nathan until now still doesn't know truth. Turns out protected too well. Wait for food served. 4 people started eating. During that, Ashley signaled Nathan with eyes. Nathan immediately understood. Eyes toward Emma. And Emma also just happened to look back. 3 like caught same signal. Laura didn't even need to look up. While typing on phone asked, "What are you 3 doing? Something want to tell Mom?" "Ah." Nathan scratched head. Face clearly showing awkwardness. Now he really wanted to tell about him and Emma. Let Mom know. This exam not bad either. Should be able to bring up. As long as Mom agrees. Then nothing to worry about. She would be more at ease. Nathan hesitated a while. Still couldn't speak. Seemed still preparing mentally. Thinking what if result not good, what to do. Right then. Was Emma who stood up first. That. Mom. What is it? Laura turned looking at Emma. Smiling gently. Eyes full of love. Like a mother looking at biological daughter. Emma seeing that smile. Slightly faltered a bit. But next second. She still firmed her heart. After all this matter very important. If Nathan couldn't say. Then she would say for him. Then she bowed. Slowly opened mouth. I want to tell Mom. Actually. Nathan and I are together. Already over a month. Hope can get Mom's agreement. Chapter 152. Let Mom rest assured in trusting Emma to you. Emma's words just spoken. Atmosphere immediately fell silent. Whole room dead quiet. Nathan followed every expression of mother. Hoping to see some change. But Laura's expression. Still no change at all. Still smiling looking at Emma. Ashley at this time also stood up. She felt she should also say something. Aunt, I think they really suit each other. Moreover, Emma very good. Studies also well. Can pull Nathan to progress so much. This is good thing. Hearing even Ashley speaking up. Laura turned looking at Nathan. Slightly frowning. You not saying anything? Letting 2 girls speak for you. You really are. Why so timid? Nathan lowered head. Yes, yes. Mom is right. So about me and Emma. Laura sighed. Treat her well. Really. Mom knew you'd definitely fall for Emma. Exactly like your father back then. Emma immediately smiled brightly. Being accepted by Nathan's mother. To her, that's extremely significant meaning. Oh, Dad? Nathan stunned again. Because Mom just mentioned Dad. In his impression. Seemed. Really very long time haven't seen him. Also no contact. Father and son never ask about each other. Like 2 strangers. But that doesn't matter. Most important is, his and Emma's matter already recognized. This truly biggest good news. Then Laura continued. Treat her sincerely. Otherwise how dare face her deceased parents. Ah, Nathan suddenly remembered. Tomorrow they really must visit Emma's parents. So he immediately said, 3 of us. Tomorrow indeed will visit Emma's parents. Is that so? Then should go. Like this. Tomorrow Mom also free. Mom will go with you. To talk with Emma's mother a bit. Let Aunt rest assured in trusting Emma to you. Mom also wants to go? Emma somewhat surprised. Didn't expect. Foster mother wanted to visit biological mother. This she really never thought of. Important is tomorrow besides them. Probably also that biological aunt. Hope won't have any conflict. After eating, 4 people left together. When paying bill, Laura didn't scan code or use cash. Just said few words to receptionist. Then the group just left. Nathan felt very strange, kept doubt in heart. He thought sooner or later would know. Just not right now. Laura dropped Ashley home first. Then Nathan and Emma's turn. After getting out, Laura looked at 2 outside car, said oh right. Tomorrow remember wake up early. Mom already found new place for you. Tomorrow morning Mom will call moving company. You 2 just need wake early, pack things. Yes we know. Nathan and Emma answered in unison. Then about to turn go home. At this time Laura called after oh right. Wait a moment. Nathan and Emma stopped. Turned looking at Laura. Emma opened mouth first. What is it Mom? Mom have something to instruct? Laura smiled beckoning. Signaling to come closer. Nathan and Emma looked at each other. Then somewhat surprised walked over. Right after, Laura took out an envelope gave to Nathan. This is living expenses, remember spend frugally. Oh, Nathan received envelope. Eyes bright, eagerly opened to see how much. Wow, so much. Mom, why so generous today? He glanced at money inside. Compared to every time before, much more. Almost double. Thick, about $8,000. Laura nodded. Said consider reward for you. For progressing so much. Giving a bit more also normal. But absolutely cannot recharge games anymore. Must spend reasonably, understand. Don't worry at this time. Nathan was happy. For having more living expenses. Then Laura took out an even thicker envelope. Darling, this is your reward. Congratulations, getting first in whole grade. Keep working hard. Nathan widened eyes, staring at envelope. Even thicker than one he's holding. He was stunned. He got living expenses. While other side got personal reward. Moreover, looks much more. No, no, no. Mom, I can't accept this money. Emma also stunned. Looking new envelope had lots of money. At least $20,000. She absolutely couldn't accept. Before meeting Nathan. In her hands almost nothing. Even almost not enough to eat. But after knowing Nathan. She frequently had money. Whether from Nathan's mother giving. Mr. Wong giving. Or biological aunt giving. Now money so much don't know how to spend all. Moreover, all not earned by herself. Making her unable to use at ease. Laura saw Emma wanting to refuse. Then directly stuffed into her hand. Emma already too familiar with this scene. Everyone always stubbornly giving her money. If you still consider me mom. Then quickly take it. Also remember, keep for yourself to spend. Don't let Nathan take for gaming. Nathan's face darkened. Helpless and speechless. Now he plays games very little already. However, in mom's eyes. He's still that kid. Who only knows burning money on games. Alright, mom, leaving you to hurry, go home, see you tomorrow. After speaking, Laura immediately accelerated leaving. Nathan and Emma watched car getting farther. Wait until couldn't see tail lights, then turned to each other. Emma looked down at envelope in hand. Holding felt really thick. Inside at least 20,000. Nathan glanced at his living expenses. Looking somewhat inferior. But he didn't feel anything unfair. After all that money given to Emma. He also felt happy. Had no objection at all. Right then. Emma suddenly reached out. Gave that envelope to Nathan. Softly said, here. For you, chapter 153. Nathan, even if doing nothing. Can still live abundantly without worry. This is for you. Take it. Whether giving to me or you, all the same. Nathan, while speaking. Put his envelope on top of that one. Together with Emma holding both tightly. Emma raised head. Looking straight at Nathan's face, slightly paused. Then softly smiled. Slightly nodded, I know. Emma understood. Nathan didn't want them to distinguish too clearly. Whose money doesn't matter. Because both always ready to spend for each other. Both went upstairs, returning home together. Just entering felt somewhat nostalgic. Looking at living room before eyes. In head seemed to show many memories. Because tomorrow they'll move. Tonight is last night at this place. Emma somewhat reluctant. After all, here she with Nathan. Lived about 2 months. Initially, when just temporarily moved here. She still fearful, keeping distance from Nathan. Feelings of unease and fear occupied whole mind. But now, this place completely became her home. Tomorrow must leave, more or less feel regretful. Though knowing will still live with Nathan. She doesn't care if room big or small. The smaller. Distance between her and Nathan closer. Let's pack together. Yes, two stood in living room. Saw quite a lot of stuff in house. If packing probably take quite some time. Especially Nathan's exercise equipment. Packing really somewhat troublesome. Nathan immediately rolled up sleeves, started packing. He responsible for heavy things. While Emma quickly packed small items. Just when she was packing. Eyes kept secretly looking toward Nathan. In eyes like wanting to say something. But somewhat hesitant. In her head. Still thinking about what happened today. The woman named Sophie. Also her biological aunt. If before meeting Nathan she appeared. Then definitely would be her savior. No matter where she said to go, she would go. But Nathan appeared first. Saved her time after time. Everything now Nathan brought. So even if biological aunt, no matter how good, not equal to Nathan a bit. Therefore to that proposal, she absolutely won't agree. Absolutely won't leave Nathan. This matter must clarify with Nathan. Emma put things down. Softly called Nathan once. What's wrong? Nathan turned looking at Emma. Saw she seemed wanting to say something important. Then put things in hand down. Walked before her. Emma slightly lowered head, opened mouth saying, "Today didn't I meet Aunt? She doesn't know you're my boyfriend. Also doesn't know we live together. She thought I was living very miserably. So said wants to take me abroad." After speaking, Nathan widened eyes. Emma hurriedly explained, but I already firmly refused. I definitely won't go. I want to always be with you. Speaking to the end, her voice got smaller, but Nathan still heard crystal clear. After hearing, Nathan didn't hurry to reply. Atmosphere immediately became strangely quiet. Emma's heart uneasy, not knowing what Nathan would say. Would he be angry about this? After a while, Nathan softly spoke, going abroad actually quite good. No matter what I still. Emma hadn't finished sentence. Nathan suddenly stepped forward once. Spread arms hugging her tightly. Emma startled, chin resting on Nathan's shoulder. Both hands also unconsciously hugged his waist. Both heartbeats, like merging as one in this moment. Beating faster at same frequency together. The unease in Emma's heart gradually disappeared. As if in Nathan's arms. She didn't need to think anything. After silent moment, Nathan spoke, voice extremely gentle. "If you want to go abroad, I'll tell family. I'll go with you." Emma's eyes full of surprise. Heart just stabilized, immediately beat rapidly again. Before could say anything, Nathan continued, "Because I also want you to be with your family. At same time I also want to always be with you. So if you go abroad, I'll go with you." Nathan. Emma's eyes gradually moistened, like about to overflow tears. But corner of mouth slightly curved up. Eyes full of love for Nathan. Next second, she wrapped arms around Nathan's shoulders. Stretched up close. Her lips burning hot, like carrying electricity. Spreading in every breath. That moment was the whole world in both their hearts. Nathan's lips slowly moved, as if wanting to restrain but yearning immensely, unable to hold back. "Just staying here for a long while." Emma finally couldn't bear to pull away. She gently said, "You're so good. But everything I have was given by you. I'm also yours. So wherever I am, you'll be there too. I'll never leave you. You have the same thought as me." The two looked at each other, together savoring the love in each other's eyes for themselves. Then they smiled at each other. "All right, let's continue packing." It's dark now. The moonlight under cloud cover flickering light and dark. Ashley returned home. After entering the door, she saw the kitchen light still on. She looked into the kitchen. Saw her mother. Grace was still washing dishes in the kitchen. Ashley leaned against the kitchen doorframe. Arms crossed over chest. She gently said, "Mom. Oh my, you startled me." Grace turned around. Whole body jumped. Ashley had appeared right behind her without making a sound. Startling her. Almost dropped the bowl in hand. Ashley slowly approached asking, "Mom, do you know what Nathan's family does?" She raised her suspicion. "Today I already started suspecting. But out of politeness, she couldn't conveniently ask. Had to come home to ask her mother." Grace, hearing Ashley's question, whole person slightly stunned. Then she seemed to understand something. She smiled bitterly saying, "Dear, don't ask anymore. But Mom can tell you. Nathan, even if doing nothing, can still live carefree without worry." Chapter 154. Everything I have now was given by you. Next morning, Nathan and Emma had finished packing. The two had woken up very early. Then, Nathan called his mother. "Hello Mom. We've finished packing. When are you coming?" Son. Mom has something to do. Mom already called the moving company. You and Emma pack up and go over. Afternoon Mom will come see you." Nathan just hung up. Moving company already knocked on door. Then they moved things down. Loaded onto truck and left together. Nathan and Emma sat in truck. Looking toward where they had lived together. Looking back one last time. The truck arrived at their new home. A bit far from school. But that's okay. Just a few more minutes of travel. Their new home still had landlord waiting there. Landlord waiting for them to arrive. Nathan and Emma went inside. Inside very spacious. Much better than where they lived before. Both bedrooms beautifully decorated. Almost ready to move in immediately. No need to clean anything. Moving company workers brought things up. Then left. Everything already paid for. Nathan and Emma started organizing. Taking things out, arranging neatly. When organizing bedroom, two stood before two bedroom doors. Looked over once. Quickly distinguished which was master bedroom. Then they didn't need to discuss. But directly moved all things into master bedroom. After all, they promised, even if moving, they would still live together. Finished organizing. Emma received message from Ashley. Asking their new home address. Emma sent new home location to her. Ashley said would come over in a bit. Nathan and Emma sat on sofa resting. This sofa had room for 7-8 people. They no longer had to squeeze. On small sofa barely fitting one person. After 20 minutes, there was knock on door. Emma stood up to open door. Opening door. Standing at door was Ashley. She usually wore light-colored clothes. But today wore dark-colored clothes. This is your new home? Very nice. Ashley entered looking around once. She nodded continuously. Really much better than where you lived before. Renting must be very expensive. But she remembered her mother's words last night. Didn't feel strange anymore. The more her mother didn't want her to ask, the more curious she became. But she couldn't ask Nathan about this. Because Nathan didn't know either. Where's Aunt? Not coming? She's coming afternoon. Let's go eat lunch first. Nathan stood up, preparing to go out eating with the two. After all, just moved, no time to cook. All three went out together. Chose a restaurant, eating together. While eating, three chatted with each other. Though Ashley, intentionally or unintentionally, wanted to bring conversation to Nathan. Wanting to find out what Nathan's family does. Why her mother said such strange things. As if Nathan was second-generation rich kid. But no matter how she asked, Nathan seemed to know nothing. As if it wasn't his family's business. At this time, Emma's phone suddenly rang. She took it out to look. Found it was Sophie's phone. Also her aunt calling. Its youngest aunt. Emma answered phone. Still felt somewhat awkward saying it. Like somewhat reluctant. After all, they weren't very close. Even if aunt told her to call more intimately, she couldn't do it. Hello, Emma. Where are you? Aunt coming to find you. I'm eating. I'll send location to aunt. After hanging up, Emma had added Sophie to contacts. And sent their location to her. Wait a while. Sophie arrived. She stood at door looking into restaurant. Couldn't help frowning. Then slowly walked inside. Saw Emma sitting there. Beside her were Nathan and Ashley. At this time, those two frowned even deeper. Sophie walked over. Before Emma could speak, she already said first. Emma, why are you eating at this place? Didn't aunt give you money? Why not go eat somewhere better? Emma surprised a bit. She awkwardly said, I think here is fine. Fine what, really? Let's go. Aunt will take you somewhere else to eat. Let these two friends come along. Sophie raised hand, planning to pull Emma away. Not forgetting to call Nathan and Ashley along. Both looked at each other. Helplessly shook heads. Youngest aunt. Eat here, all the same. After eating we still have to go see your mother. That's most important. Emma without thinking refused. After all, to me eating anywhere is the same. Because no dish tastes as good as what Nathan makes. Sophie couldn't pull Emma. Had to sit down. Sighed saying, oh, you. Must be because you've lived hard too long. When you go abroad with aunt, surely you won't live like this anymore. Emma hearing this, said, about this, youngest aunt, I already said. I won't go abroad with aunt. I want to stay here. After all, why? Can't take care of yourself? How can aunt be at ease? Emma turned looking at Nathan opposite. Hesitated a bit. Then pointed at Nathan. Said, "Youngest aunt. He is Nathan. My boyfriend. Everything I have now was given by him. So I won't leave him." Sophie immediately widened eyes. Face full of surprise. Looked at Nathan once. Eyebrows slightly furrowed. "Hello, youngest aunt." Nathan nodded. Greeted Sophie once. Sophie's expression not very good. Before could say anything. At this time her phone rang. Sophie took phone out to look. Glanced over. Then raised head saying, "Wait till I get back to talk." Then stood up hurriedly walking outside. Sophie went outside restaurant. Answered phone. Chatting in foreign language. After a while, a car stopped in front of restaurant. A woman stepped down from car. Walking toward restaurant. That person was Nathan's mother, Laura. She knew they were eating here from Nathan. So hurriedly came looking. Sophie raised head glancing over. Then suddenly widened eyes. Even dropped the call. Phone on other side still not hung up. Laura saw Sophie at door. Used strange gaze looking once. Then didn't pay attention to her. She walked straight into restaurant. Sophie also quickly reacted. No longer stunned. Hurriedly spoke up. "Really is Director Laura. Why are you here?" Chapter 155. If you can adopt the child, then I'll be at ease. You are. Laura stopped. Looking at Sophie full of surprise. Observing her from top to bottom. But didn't recognize who she was. "We once discussed this matter." "Oh right." Sophie hurriedly took business card from purse. Used both hands giving to Laura. Laura received and glanced over. Slightly nodded. "Oh. Now I remember. What's the matter?" Nothing. But why are you at this place?" Sophie awkwardly shook head. Somewhat surprised asking. In such a small place. Meeting someone she didn't expect. Really hard to understand. Laura didn't find anything strange. Calmly replied. "I came to find my son. I don't know what you're doing here. But remember, don't mention work matters in front of my son." Laura's voice not loud, but full of authority, making Sophie couldn't help feeling somewhat apprehensive. Oh, okay. Sophie continuously nodded, first agreeing. But right after she realized something wrong. Son is here. Yet the son of such a person. Why appearing at this place? Laura completely ignored Sophie. Walked into restaurant. Sophie quickly turned off phone. Hurriedly followed behind. In just an instant, her attitude completely changed. Before still arrogant appearance, looking down on this place. Now like Laura's secretary. Following behind. Back no longer straight like before. She knew clearly person before her she couldn't provoke. Level difference too big, and normally wanting to meet this person. Also extremely difficult matter. But didn't expect to meet here. This is once in 1,000 years opportunity. If she does well, who knows might gain some benefit. Laura walked into restaurant. Immediately saw Nathan and others sitting there. Then smiled walking over. "I'm here, darlings." Laura happily said. Went to sit beside Emma. Emma initially thought was her youngest aunt returning. Turned to look found it was Nathan's mother. Hurriedly smiled greeting. "Mom, you're here." "Yes, sorry. This morning Mom had something to do." Laura put bag down. Slightly smiled. Voice much gentler than before. Very different from authority before. Sophie standing behind. Immediately stopped in place. Now she was completely shocked. Her throat slightly moved, feeling like something stuck in throat. She really didn't expect. Laura came to find Emma's people. This completely unrelated. People thought could never be related in lifetime. Yet seemed so intimate. And Laura also said came to find her son. The only person who could be Laura's son here was the strong young man sitting in front. Now looking carefully again. Emma and Nathan indeed had many similar appearance points. But this young man is Emma's boyfriend, right? Which means Emma's boyfriend is Laura's son. Then Sophie finally realized their relationship. Cold, she took deep breath. Almost couldn't breathe. Such an unbelievable situation. Actually happened for real. Unexpected. No wonder Emma doesn't want to go abroad. With a boyfriend with family like this. Who would want to leave? Sophie beside awkwardly coughed lightly. She now standing aside not knowing what to do. Awkward not knowing what to do. At this time, Emma and others just noticed Sophie's presence. She hurriedly stood up looking at Laura. Explained. Mom, let me introduce. This is my youngest aunt. Sophie's eyes almost fell out. Laura extremely surprised. Mouth agape. Could they be married already? Now Laura is Emma's mother-in-law? So can directly call mom like that? Must be this happened too fast. Or I found out too late. Laura raised head looking at Sophie. Eyes swept over her. For a moment, somewhat doubtful. Right after she smiled. So that's it. You're Emma's youngest aunt? Hello. I'm Laura. I'm Emma's foster mother. Because heard about the child's situation. So I took her in. Not bothering, right? Laura's last sentence, speaking speed slowed. Tone became heavy, and the gaze in that moment. Only Sophie saw. Sophie stunned, eyes wide. After few seconds stunned, she continuously shook head saying, of course not bothering. You can adopt the child, I'm at ease. This really is great thing, so fortunate. She as if discovered once in 1,000 years opportunity. Like thinking how to get through. After all, if that's true, could I consider having some kind of relationship? Three others all felt very confused. They weren't stupid. Very clearly could recognize. Sophie seemed very respectful of Laura. Even if polite. Wouldn't be to this extent. Clearly they knew each other before. But why like this? Laura satisfied nodded. All right. Sit down, eat together. Afternoon, let's visit Emma's mother together, okay? You won't object, right? No objection. Let's go together. Sister in heaven seeing. Will also be very happy. Sophie hurriedly sat down. Sat beside Emma. Completely no longer. That uncomfortable look when seeing this place before. Now if told to leave, she wouldn't want to. She basically couldn't bear to leave. Aunt just said would talk about something? At this time, one sentence from Emma startled her. She immediately sat up straight. Eyes unconsciously glanced toward Laura. Actually, before going outside, she did say, come back, we'll talk later. Seems about Emma dating. At that time she thought. She would definitely do everything to separate them. But, who knew his mother had such high status? Oh, I forgot what to say. She hesitated, waving hand wanting to change subject. But right after, Nathan spoke up. So, Aunt agrees with me and Emma being together, right? And also not taking her abroad anymore? That should be fine, right? Laura, hearing finished, frowned. Turned looking at Sophie. Sophie felt like cold air running down spine. Laura's gaze, like sharp needles piercing into her. Sophie almost couldn't breathe. Her face pale, and as if couldn't resist at all. Chapter 156. This life will always be like this. Sophie stammered. She stood there long time, couldn't speak. Feeling like someone choking her neck. She really didn't know how to explain. Atmosphere became tense. Everyone silently looked at Laura, as if waiting for her to make decision. After a while, Laura slowly spoke, asking, so if that's the case, you're the one with authority to decide for Emma. I want to ask you, can Emma be with my son? Though my son's academic performance currently still not very good, but he's definitely sincere to Emma. Give him a chance. Okay? Good. Okay. Definitely okay. I also see your son is very excellent. Handsome, bearing. Definitely will have achievements in future. Sophie continuously nodded, agreeing. She now didn't dare say one word of refusal. Laura looked like being polite, but Sophie could hear. This sentence carried heavy threat. Though not too clear, but she still felt it. If she refused, definitely wouldn't be these polite words. Nathan, hearing these praises, corner of mouth twitched, secretly thinking, this person really changes face quickly. Clearly just heard I'm Emma's boyfriend. Her eyes almost scared me to death. At this time, Laura suddenly changed subject. Continued saying, so then, just now you said wanting to take Emma abroad. You think abroad is very good? You're sure you can do better than domestically? I understand your meaning is, abroad can help Emma receive better education than domestically? And can live better? Eat better? Dress more fully? Not necessarily. Then what's lacking domestically? Laura step by step pushed Sophie into corner, as if not giving her any space to breathe. However, Sophie also wasn't someone who couldn't solve problems. She hurriedly explained. No. You misunderstood. I absolutely didn't mean that. I just thought the child here has no one to care for. No one to worry about her. As the child's relative, of course I would want to take her back to care for. Absolutely not thinking the child would live better abroad. Just that I can care for her. Sophie saying this made Nathan and Ashley somewhat uncomfortable. Because clearly just now, she wanted to take Emma away. Like Emma just entered a dirty place. People with such thinking usually think abroad definitely better than domestically. Everyone felt this thinking really sad. Maybe also because she almost only lived abroad. Laura lightly snorted, not knowing believing or not. Then she nodded. Continued asking. If so then, you must have seen already. Emma now can be cared for very well by me. The child isn't living badly at all. Then you don't need to take her abroad anymore, right? Of course you're right. If you're Emma's foster mother, I'm also at ease. This way the child will live very well. Sophie hurriedly replied. She didn't dare take Emma abroad anymore. She just wanted Emma to stay domestically and receive care. Hearing this, Laura finally breathed relief. Slightly nodded. That's good then. After speaking, she slowly raised hand. Fingers lightly pinching the business card Sophie gave her before entering. She just glanced over then withdrew hand. Then put in pocket. Seeing this, Sophie's heart completely relieved. Breathed light relief. Maybe this proves she did quite well. And will have opportunities later. If she didn't do well, maybe then would be when she tears up business card. And what happens next? Really can't predict. Alright, eat. Under Laura's influence, everyone ate a very harmonious meal together. No one argued. Just normal conversations. After eating finished, everyone prepared to visit Emma's parents. Bought some gold paper money. That afternoon, following Emma's directions, everyone arrived at her parents' graves. That place was a hill far from city. On hilltop many tombstones. Some graves grass grown quite tall. Seemed long time no one visited. Laura and Sophie followed behind. Faces serious. Burial here really not very good. But they understood. With Emma's ability, she couldn't arrange a decent burial for her parents. Emma, Aunt will help you move to better cemetery. At least let them rest more comfortably. Laura said softly, looking at Emma's back figure. Seemed like each step becoming increasingly heavy. Emma didn't turn back. Gently replied, Thank you, Aunt. But still don't need. Let them rest well. Don't disturb them anymore. Everyone arrived before two graves. Tombstones carved with names. This was where Emma's parents were buried. And right now, Sophie was first to cry. She hurriedly knelt before one grave, crying loudly, Sister, I came back late. Seeing this scene, Emma also couldn't bear it. She tried to raise head, but tears still wouldn't stop falling. She continuously swallowed tears, trying not to make choking sounds. Tears flowed long on cheeks, throat continuously moving, looking truly pitiful. Nathan and Ashley both bit lips, frowning. Seeing Emma like this, they really didn't know how to comfort. The pain of losing parents. Even unable to say goodbye. Maybe this morning still chatting happily. Whole family together. But now, had to separate. Emma at that time definitely how desperate. Both could feel that. Laura walked over hugging Emma. Gently said by her ear, It's okay, dear. Say few words to parents. They definitely miss you too. Emma nodded. Then slowly knelt down. Lips pressed tight, restraining tears. Mom and Dad, I came to visit you. Don't worry about me. I'm very good now. I have foster mother who loves me like her own child. And friends who always worry about me. Also the person I love most in this life. Nathan slightly lowered head, his face full of sadness. Emma's appearance now made his heart ache. Like he himself now, felt like he and Emma were feeling that pain together. At this time, Laura turned looking at Nathan. Used hand gently patting his shoulder. Nathan looked at his mother. Stunned a bit. After few seconds eye contact. He nodded, as if understood mother's meaning. Then slowly walked forward, knelt beside his mother. And Emma. Hello, Aunt. Uncle. I'm Nathan, Emma's boyfriend. Please be at ease. I will definitely treat her well. Even your portions too. This life will always be like this. Chapter 157. Nathan's words made Sophie, still sobbing, very surprised. She didn't expect he could say these words. Even said in front of his mother. At least in his words. She could feel the sincerity. Emma looked at Nathan's profile. Tears couldn't stop falling. She lightly pressed lips, heart beating faster. She clearly knew the weight of Nathan's words just said. Each sentence brought her extremely touching feeling. And a full happiness in heart. After finishing, everyone went down mountain together. Emma and Laura walked together. She wiped tears at corner of eyes. Whispered by ear. Mom. Thank you for coming. Laura gently smiled, while stroking Emma's hair said, this is what should be done. Mom will visit every year. Don't worry. After speaking, she gently patted Emma's shoulder. Pointed at Nathan ahead, continued. Go. Now you definitely need him, right? And he also really needs you. Emma blushed, nodded. Then she walked forward, to Nathan's side. Laura looked at three ahead. Smiled, face full of satisfaction. At this time, Sophie appeared beside Laura. Laura's smile immediately disappeared. Ms. Laura. Emma, can the child really rely on you to care for? I'm not distrusting you. Just I'm the child's aunt. I must think about her future life. Sophie bravely asked. She feared Laura. Each sentence of Laura's made her very hard to answer. Made her feel like being cornered. But for Emma, she still gathered courage to say these words to Laura. After speaking, she was very worried. Laura glanced at her once. Sophie startled. Whole body slightly trembled. But this time, she saw in Laura's eyes. No longer sharp like before. Eyes now became softer. Oh, rest assured. I'll take good care of Emma. You can visit the child often. Contact her. But don't let her leave my son. Otherwise I won't agree. Laura said softly. Voice very steady. No more threats. Making Sophie at ease. Sophie remembered Nathan's words just said. Nodded. Very sorry. Ms. Laura, when I first knew he was Emma's boyfriend, really I had bad thoughts. Because I didn't know what kind of person he was. But now I know. He's someone like you, very excellent. Laura suddenly shook head. Sophie looked at Laura with puzzled eyes. Laura looked toward Nathan. Smiled bitterly. How could he and I be alike? He's exactly like his deceased father. Sophie didn't say anything. She also didn't know who that father was. But could be Laura's husband. Also not ordinary person. Laura drove everyone back. Then, she left alone. She still had work to do. This trip's purpose completed. Ashley looked at the car gradually. Leaving. Turned looking at Nathan. Asked Nathan. You really don't want to know what your family does? What if you're second generation rich? Nathan without hesitation shook head. Don't want to. I don't care if I'm rich kid or not. I only use monthly living expenses anyway. I don't need that much money. What big business they do? Which big boss? That's also their matter. Nothing to do with me. Oh, so that's it. Ashley nodded. She understood Nathan's meaning. Seems he really doesn't care what family does. Thinking about it makes sense. Even if caring what can be done. He's not the type knowing family has money. Then starts wasting money like that. Not caring is also the same. So if family doesn't want him to know too early, then best not think about it anymore. Sophie saw Laura go far. Also knew it was time she should leave. She turned looking at Emma. Slightly showed light smile at corner of mouth. Emma, Aunt is leaving now. Aunt knows this visit has put a lot of pressure on you. But don't think too much. Aunt only wants what's best for you. It's okay, Aunt. I don't think that way. Having Aunt care about me, worrying for me, I'm very happy. Very grateful to Aunt. It's just that I'm living very well now. I don't want to change this life. Emma hurriedly bowed slightly. Gently said goodbye. Then whispered to Sophie. All right. If anything happens, remember to call Aunt. After all, Aunt will still take care of you. Remember when getting married, don't forget to call Aunt. Sophie showed a meaningful smile. glancing at Nathan chatting with Ashley over there. Emma, hearing the words, getting married. Both cheeks slightly blushed. She looked down at her shoes. Softly replied, okay. At the same time, she imagined her wedding day. Take care, oh right. Sophie suddenly remembered something. Took from her purse 3 thick red envelopes. Yesterday Aunt didn't bring much cash. Here, for you. Aunt can't help you in life. But at least financially Aunt will help you. After speaking, Sophie was about to give 3 red envelopes to Emma. Emma reflexively refused. With such situations, she was already used to it. Almost became natural reflex. Always having people from nowhere giving her money. Making her not know how to refuse. Always having to refuse for a long time. And in the end still couldn't refuse. Come on, don't argue with Aunt. This isn't important. Go eat with your boyfriend and friends. Eat lots of delicious food. Go to interesting places. Remember, this life is beautiful. Must look forward. Sophie grabbed Emma's wrist. Placed the red envelopes in her palm. Then turned preparing to leave. Emma watched Sophie's departing figure. Said goodbye. Said, thank you Aunt. I'll remember Aunt's words. I'll repay Aunt. Looking back one last time. Corner of mouth showing smile. Didn't reply anymore, then left. Emma looked at 3 red envelopes in hand. At least $40,000. She knew her aunt was definitely very rich. But after all, didn't need to give so much. Maybe Aunt really wanted to give more. But afraid giving too much she wouldn't accept. Emma thought for a while. Now she had this money in hand. Added up about $70,000-$80,000 already. If adding Nathan's money, they had at least $100,000. For a high school student, this money was enormous. But she knew must save money. Because college would have more expenses. Must have spending plan. Having a plan is necessary. But sometimes must allow oneself to relax a bit. Emma turned around, looking toward Nathan and Ashley behind. Asked, all right, shall we go out together next week? Chapter 158. After this can't see him again. Ready yet? We're preparing to go out. Lucas quickly typed on phone. Then hurriedly changed clothes. As if very rushed. Because he had arranged with Cherry. Tonight, this weekend would have dinner together. Now must go to her house to pick up. During day they both had to study at home. Only from 4 to 5 p.m. Had time to rest. And couldn't stay out too long. Before 9 p.m. must return home. That's why Lucas was so rushed. Every minute, every second very precious. He wanted to spend more time with Cherry. I'm ready. I'm ready to go out anytime. Phone transmitted message from Cherry. Lucas glanced, then turned off phone. Ready, he left the room. Click. Right when he just stepped out of room. He suddenly stood frozen in place. Because he saw his mother standing there, arms crossed, face very stern, making him not dare move. Mom, what's wrong? Lucas stammered, asking. He tried to show a smile. But very awkward. Lucas's mother tilted head, frowning, looking at him intently. Asked, where are you going? I have plans with friends, going out for dinner. What's wrong? Lucas still tried to appear calm. He tried to talk, but actually back already soaked in cold sweat. He was almost breaking out in cold sweat. What friend? Dressed so nicely like this. Hair also neatly combed. Wearing contact lenses too. Is that a normal friend? Oh, is it a girl? Going out with a girl without dressing up a bit? Can't be sloppy like that. If it's a normal female friend, Mom could still let you go. But is it the girl from middle school? It's not her, right? This whole month Mom has turned a blind eye. You think you hide well? Mom just didn't want to say it. But now you seem increasingly bold. Not hiding anything anymore. Next time will you bring her home? Lucas didn't dare answer. Actually, he had brought her home once. That time no one was home. After that, he took her to his room to sit a bit. Only about 10 minutes, then he went home. If his mother knew, definitely wouldn't be good. Lucas's mother approached, pressing him step by step, making Lucas keep backing up. Finally he plopped down on bed in room. Not daring to move, his hand also unconsciously went into pocket. Touching phone. Feeling like Afraid Mom would snatch phone away. Mom, let me explain. Explain what? Mom already said. If you still want any relationship with her, then let her mother come apologize. Otherwise don't think about it. You doing this later will be bullied by her family. No Mom. Mom, this requirement is too much. How can I let her mother come apologize? Let's change to something else, okay? I promise we'll get into top university. Can I use this as guarantee? No, studying is studying. This matter has nothing to do with studying. Either you listen to Mom, or today don't even think about going out. And after this can't see her anymore. Lucas's mother slammed door hard. Lucas sat helplessly on bed, feeling extremely anxious, not knowing what to do. Suddenly, he heard phone sound in pocket. Seemed like call ending sound. Oh. Lucas hurriedly took phone out to look. Found he had called Cherry for 0 minutes 51 seconds. Had he talked to Cherry? Must be when he put hand in pocket. Accidentally called. Meaning. Cherry on other side heard everything. Unbelievable. Really terrible. Lucas felt desperate. Let go. Phone fell to ground. At this time at Cherry's house. Cherry stood silently before window. Window open. Looking outside. Beautiful sunset scene. She still held phone to ear. After a while, she slowly lowered hand. Click. At this time, room door knocked lightly. When door opened, Cherry's mother poked head in. Seeing Cherry standing by window, felt somewhat strange. She opened mouth asking softly, Cherry, have you eaten dinner? Do you want to eat? Cherry shook head. Replied, today I suddenly. She stopped. Silent for a while. Still didn't turn to look. I know, I'll eat later. Then she replied to mother. Voice calm. Looking out window. Letting gentle wind blow through her hair. Cherry's mother felt very surprised. Smiled lightly. She pushed door. Carefully walked over. Wanting to see what Cherry was doing. When she stood beside Cherry. Couldn't help but be stunned for a while. At this time, Cherry pressed lips tight. Tears like pearls falling from string. Continuously falling from corner of eyes. Sliding past her exquisitely made-up face. Cherry, what's wrong? Why are you crying? Cherry shook head, wiping away tears. She stammered replying, no, nothing. Nothing at all. She spoke while sobbing. Couldn't control it. Cherry's mother even more suspicious. Clearly just now she was fine. Why just a moment later crying like this? Tell Mom. Did Lucas make you cry? Did you two argue? No, not related to him. Cherry continuously shook head, denying this. She had heard very clearly. In the call, she finally understood why Lucas always showed worried expression. Anxious, especially when they went out. The happier the easier to appear. These situations. Now she understood. So Lucas always thought about this. He knew if couldn't solve this matter, then these happy days would also become fewer. So Lucas carried such burden. She completely didn't know. Then tell Mom. Why exactly are you crying? As long as Mom can help. Mom definitely will help. Cherry's mother comforted her, gently patting her back, trying to stabilize her emotions. Hearing this sentence, Cherry paused a bit, looking at her mother. Right after her lips trembled, she cried even harder. No, I can't say. Chapter 159. Can't sleep? Playing games all night? Can't say? What can't be said? I'm your mother. With Mom, what can't be said? Cherry's mother gently held her shoulders, pulled her into embrace, while whispering comfort. But the more like this. Cherry even more couldn't say it. She continuously shook head, sobbing. Finally, asking mother to apologize. Really was something couldn't be done. That was too difficult for her. Family emotions, no matter how much love, still couldn't cross. Cherry loved Lucas very much. Loved deeply. But still couldn't say words against conscience like that. Cherry continuously shook head, voice choked, stammering. Can't say. All right, don't say anymore, don't cry anymore. Let's go eat. Mom made your favorite dish. Cherry's mother coaxed for a long time. Finally made her gradually calm down. Stop crying. Then, both went out to eat. Phone left in room. Messages kept coming. but no message was replied. At this time, Lucas sat in room, continuously sending messages, but no one replied. He looked at phone screen. Mood suddenly dropped to bottom. Immediately surged extremely sad feeling. His explanations, by now also had no effect. Sigh. Lucas sighed, put phone down. Whole person lying on bed, stretching arms out, looking at ceiling. Eyes dazed. Next morning,